Every post is a signal. Give it fuel. BoostX, the social value layer.
Let's go. Good morning, my friends. It's your old pal Peace Love Music with another episode of the Let's Go Good Morning Show, brought to you live by DeOrganized Media in partnership with our amazing friends at Bitcoin Live Decentralized Broadcasting. It is Friday. We got through another week, my friends. What a week it has been. Lots going on in the Stacks ecosystem, guys, and it's just at the edges. We all know SIP31 created the endowment. We have the Treasury Committee established. Really great guys on there representing a broad swath of the community, all with vested interest. A lot of talent in the ecosystem. We have the first round of funding projects coming now. We have D grants in full effect, tons of activity on D grants. We had the interim grants closed on Tuesday, the 30th. Lots of projects, lots of really interesting and value add projects that are going to provide value and traction for the ecosystem are getting some funding. So there's a lot of funding coming for the last quarter for a lot of the builders that have been building without some of this funding. So now that we're going to have these empowered builders with a bunch of funding, things are going to really take off. I'm really excited about it. I do want to say thank you to the Stacks Foundation. Mitchell has been putting a ton of work in, and he spent a lot of time on our proposal, helping us kind of shape it so that we can really be directed and focused towards growing both DeOrganized and improving and increasing and measuring our impact on the Stacks ecosystem. We are chain agnostic. We do love Bitcoin. We're Bitcoin focused. That's what led us to Stacks. We do love a bunch of other things going on in the ecosystem, and decentralization dictates that, that we're supportive of multiple chains and multiple platforms and multiple options in the marketplace. But we really do love what's being built on Stacks, how it's being built, and the people building on Stacks, which is really the value and the power. Lots coming from the ecosystem, lots of really great engagement happening in these projects. And I cannot wait to see all of the stuff that comes out of this funding round. I really think that there's going to be a lot of great things. A year from now, when we start measuring the value of this, I think we're going to be amazed at, and a lot of this came out of Hero Gamer's work with Cohort 1 and Cohort 2. So I want to just shout out all the work that Hero has done in that process and getting us moving forward to where we are now. Really, really excited. Really excited about everything there. Friendly reminder, this is a news show providing news and information, sometimes some entertainment, hopefully some education, but never financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy with a Goonies shirt on, hoodie, sitting in my living room, can't even get his props set up right before the show. So please do not consider me to be a financial advisor or someone who's worthy of taking financial advice from or interpreting anything I'm saying as me giving you financial advice. I don't do that. Goonies never say die, by the way. That is actually the bottom part of the shirt. Never say die. That's the motto. A little bit pirate. That's a Bitcoin crypto motif there. The pirate Roberts and all that. Let's check out the numbers. We're feeling good, actually. I think October is in full effect. We're actually Bitcoin's still over 120K. That's great. Ethereum's pushing 4,500. Everything's green. Doge having a little bit of weakness. Oh, hyper. All right, so not everything's green. It's not as green as it was yesterday. Let's take a look at where Stacks is. So there's good news and bad news. Stacks is actually it's a little flat, but Stacks is holding over 61 cents. It's dropped down to number 81 by market cap. With all of this activity and all of the engagement, all of the development going on Stacks, and we don't have a CMO, we don't have a marketing team really driving the ecosystem in a cohesive way, but we will. I would not sleep on those numbers for long. Not financial advice, because, Goonie shirt, all that. 230 on Solana. I didn't catch that earlier. So much to track in so little time. Fear and greed index up, still in neutral, but we're pushing that greed range. The market is getting excited, and really, this is the fun times, my friends. Just before everything pops, that's what I think we're going to be seeing. Barring any catastrophic world news or events, which you never know, and that's why you always want to make sure you take profits when you can and don't risk money. Make sure you understand your risk tolerance. Don't risk money you cannot afford to lose. Our top three gainers, let's see. Pancake Swap with a 27% gain today. ETHFi, I'm not familiar with. Dexy is up there. There are a couple of others. Aster Rising. Might have missed out on my opportunity there. I don't know. Aptos big ups. What's it had the last week? Zcash is up 165%. That's nuts. Pump Fund, Dexy. Yeah, big gains on some of these in the last week. SPX, Staxy doing well. I hope she's doing well. I haven't talked to her since we had that Skull Coin game. She was going to come on. She got tied up. She's traveling. She's like living her best life here. I hope she's doing well. Let me see. Where's my news thread? No, that's not it. There it is. What's happening in the news today? Swift and Linea. This is just more confirmation on something we reported earlier in the week. Consensus CEO Joe Lubin announced that global banking giant Swift is integrating Ethereum's Linea L2 as part of its blockchain settlement experiments. The move connects the world's largest payments network with Ethereum scaling technology, reinforcing institutional adoption and cross-border settlement use cases. Lubin framed the collaboration as proof of Ethereum's dominance in enterprise-grade blockchain infrastructure, highlighting how Linea can provide low-cost and fast finality. You know, Ethereum is still the number 2 to Bitcoin, and it's really not that close. I know a lot of people love Solana, and I'm not blaming anybody for liking that. I think Base is a stronger competitor to Solana, and guess what? Base is an Ethereum blockchain. I would not sleep on Ethereum. Wish I had more. Tether pushes USAT via Rumble. I'm not sure. I didn't have time to do research on it. Tether is what USAT is. Tether is leveraging video sharing platform Rumble to market its new U.S. targeted stablecoin, USAT. Why do they need a new one? The partnership reflects Tether's effort to expand in the American market despite regulatory scrutiny around stablecoins. Through Rumble's user base, Tether aims to raise awareness and adoption of USAT, which is positioned as a fully backed stablecoin alternative for U.S. customers. The campaign comes as policymakers debate stablecoin legislation, making Tether's timing and strategy significant for competition against Circle's USDC. Your StackingDAO rates today. Liquid STX at 8.31%. Get your rewards in SBTC at 8.07%, or you can engage in native BTC rewards at 9.32% over at StackingDAO. Arthur Hayes on Euro collapse. BitMEX co-founder Arthur Hayes has predicted that the euro will collapse, which he believes will push European investors toward Bitcoin and crypto markets. Hayes argues that the eurozone's structural economic weaknesses, compounded by debt pressures and policy missteps, make the currency vulnerable to a breakdown. Such an event, he says, would accelerate adoption of decentralized assets as Europeans seek financial refuge. His comments highlight the growing narrative that geopolitical and macro instability could drive crypto demand. Interesting. Hard to argue with that thesis right now. CME goes 24/7. This is actually a big deal. The CME Group, one of the largest derivatives exchanges in the world, has announced it will expand crypto futures and options trading to a 24/7 model. This aligns traditional finance with the nonstop nature of digital assets, offering institutions around-the-clock access to risk management tools. The move is seen as a landmark step toward integrating crypto more deeply into mainstream financial infrastructure, further breaking down barriers between legacy markets and the crypto economy. This will also actually help stabilize pricing a little bit because trading happens 24/7 anyway in crypto, and some of these futures markets helps kind of balance a little bit more regularly. And so when the futures markets are closed, say on a Sunday evening, it's a lot easier to manipulate markets, and nobody can do anything until Monday morning to a large degree, and or So this might help some of that as well. But there's also demand in the market. That's why they're doing it, because there's market demand for that. Top DEX on Stacks, that's Bitflow. Trade smarter on Stacks with Bitflow. Vitalik versus Peter Thiel. This is actually, I enjoy this. Not a fan of Peter Thiel. Like I can appreciate some of the things he does, and some of the value he might create in some of his projects, but I don't think he's necessarily a good actor for humanity. Ethereum co-founder Vitalik Buterin possibly agrees with me. He publicly challenged tech billionaire Peter Thiel's anti-cypherpunk views, arguing they run counter to the ethos of decentralization and privacy. Thiel has previously expressed skepticism towards cypherpunk ideals, suggesting they hinder broader societal goals. Buterin countered that privacy and cryptography are essential foundations for a free digital economy. The clash adds a philosophical dimension to ongoing debates about crypto's role in society, pitting ideological visions of its future against one another. Privacy coins surge. Privacy-focused cryptocurrencies are significantly outperforming the broader market in 2025 as regulatory crackdowns increase demand for anonymity-preserving assets. Coins like Monero and Zcash are seeing renewed interest from users seeking financial privacy and heightened surveillance of crypto transactions. Analysts suggest this trend reflects a broader tension between regulators and crypto communities as investors turn to privacy coins as both a hedge and a protest against centralized control. You know, maybe it's worth looking more into those myself. I used to follow Zcash. I had a little bit. Price action wasn't great, and I wasn't really looking to do a whole lot of privacy things. I wasn't engaging in any kind of anything really. So I was only holding it for speculation. No longer hold any of it. Never got into Monero or any of the other ones. But I am interested in the concept of privacy, the right to privacy in transacting, the right to be considered innocent until proven guilty. Makes sense to me if we're going to empower governments to hold a monopoly on violence, let's say, or such things. So that's where I stand on that. BoostX Leaderboard. Guys, get over to boostx.cc and participate. If you're not participating in boosting posts on X, space drops and all of that, you're missing out. Get over to boostx.cc and connect to boost and earn with your wallet. ETF flows. I was not getting consistent data on the Ethereum ETF flows yesterday. Bitcoin ETF saw net outflow of 196 million per so value, and ETFs diverged for ETH. I got diverging information on inflows between 65 million and 304 million inflows on Ethereum, and I haven't had a chance to check the updates on that. On your Stacks calendar today, we have the Whatever Morning Space we do every Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. At 8:30, we do this show right here that you're watching now. We bring you the news, some information. We have George, D1 NFT, coming to chat with us about his several projects and some things he wants to share. We have at 9:30, Find to Earn rounds with Zenitron, the Game Master. At 10:30, I'm being told we're actually going to do the SIP show as a space today. I was just given that update before the broadcast and actually after I sent out our daily post. So my understanding is we are going to do that as a space today. That's news to me. But that, I'm assuming it's going to be at the same time, 10:30. At 2 p.m. is the D-Grants Cohort 3 DeFi and Tooling Track community call with Benai and Big Mac. And we will be there as well. Come tell us about your projects. If you're having trouble with applications, if you have any questions, if you're interested in learning more about what is being built in on the platform, come check us out. At 2 p.m. also is a live stream for Good Bitcoin with Brandon Marshall and Kate Parkman. That is continuing. With Brandon's update to a new position. It's an independent show now, I believe. So really excited about that. Check them out. At 5 p.m., the longest running stacks-oriented space on X, Purple Pill Friday with Dan and Brad. check them out at 5 p.m. Eastern today. And at 7 p.m., round out your week, finish in style with our amazing GPSC and friends. Sorry, I type too fast sometimes and don't catch my own mistakes. What's up, Nosferatu? What's up, P-Lord? Good morning, my guys. And with that, I think that is the rest of our news. I do want to just send a quick shout out to our amazing sponsor partners in the ecosystem. StackingDAO is the leading liquid staking platform for the Stacks network. StackingDAO is changing the game by letting users earn up to 10% APY on their STX while keeping their assets liquid. Unlike traditional staking, their unique design means no minimums, and users start earning rewards immediately, so there are zero switching costs when moving from other stacking pools. Plus, you've got options. Choose to get your rewards in STX or SBTC, whatever fits your strategy. Want to start earning yields today? Head over to StackingDAO.com and jump in. StackingDAO is where liquidity meets opportunity. And Bitflow is the top DEX on Stacks because they let you trade native BTC, STX, SBTC, USDC, runes, and more all in one place by aggregating the best prices on Alex, Arcadico, and Valar. Recently, they rolled out flex pools with STX pools to support liquid staking assets, offering flexible deposits, smarter rewards, and deeper liquidity. Head over to bitflow.finance and jump in today. And let me bring on the homies. We got GP in the house. You're muted, I think, brother. There's sound there, but it's like underwater. We got 300 in the house.
GM, what's good? What's happening? Yeah, good to see our brother GP.
I love that wrap nothing hat, my man.
Yo, thank you so much, bro. Thank you so much. I'm just covering my messed up hair. I need a haircut.
My problem is that my hair is messed up, but I look terrible in hats too. So it's like I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I totally understand. So with the fixing that was going on, so I couldn't get a haircut.
Yeah, no, I hear you, man. There's a lot going on these days. And we got George Grant in the house. What's up, man? How you doing today? Nice banana, by the way.
Yo, Jack, you have me.
Oh, is that George?
You have me for one time on the show, for the second time when you guys talking about hair. Yeah, very, very funny. Seriously, that's your opening today. Come on.
No, well, you know what? The struggle's real, man. Look at, I'm barely holding on to mine. And
yeah, come on.
Yeah, that's why I grow it so long. And I got the man bun going. I don't know if you guys can see it. So I haven't cut my hair in about 8-9 years, probably something like that. Now it's a thing. I probably should get a haircut. Maybe I should. Maybe we'll do maybe I'll get it cut and see how actually bald I am on top, because there's a lot of long hair that makes it look better than it is. But anyway,
like Jack, like when Stacks hits like $2 or something, you shave your hair off, tattoo Munib's face on your hair, something funny.
Maybe a henna tattoo.
Maybe.
That's that might be not a bad idea, actually. We'll think about it. So George, you're working on so many projects. I had to tag like 3 things when I put you in the post this morning, and I don't even know if that's everything technically. So
no.
How have you been? What have you been working on lately?
Busy. I don't know. There's so much stuff going on. I don't even know where to start. Yeah, drones. So basically, we're starting to develop a game, which I teased a couple of times already, right? So you guys should know about it. But in short, it's a strategy game, kind of like a mix between Risk and Age of Empires, maybe. And it's going to be obviously on Stacks. And yeah, so the first mint, so the whole theme around the game is the flat Earth, basically. So you're going to mint your UAP, basically your UFO, right? And then you're going to explore our current continents and basically, get territory, defend the territory, attack, get new territory, like PvP in between players. And yeah, that's basically the whole, the whole concept. And it's going to be like mostly like 20 minutes a day or 30 minutes a day. So you gotta set up everything you want to do, and then you don't have to play the game for like 2 or 3 hours per day. It's going to be like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Set it up, forget about it, and then check back in the next day. Yeah, I'm so bad at explaining stuff.
Awesome, man. I really am so. I want to play so bad, and I know actually a bunch of the guys in the ecosystem are all talking about it. Like Mark was posting about who's going to be on his squad earlier, and I missed it because I was in my process of producing and setting up. So I was like, I want to be in it. I want to be in everybody's group. We were talking about it on the Bitcoin Pepe space yesterday too.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be like, it sounds like it's going to be a really fun time, like a really fun, engaging experience for people.
Yeah, if you enjoyed, we were all basically like in our 30s, 40s, some in their 50s. But basically, if you enjoyed playing Risk or Age of Empires back in the day, then this game will definitely get you the nostalgia, basically. That's what I just wanted to create something which is going to be fun for me to play. I'm not a gamer, but I did enjoy play like the good old games, right?
So right. I think different kind of gamer, more strategy.
More strategy, yeah, exactly. And I think Stacks could use something like this. I think we already have some cool gaming stuff, like with Zenitron's game, right? And yesterday, I think you were in the spaces too, where somebody was explaining some other game. Somebody I don't even know about. So obviously gaming is starting slowly but surely on Stacks. And I think it's a good thing.
Yes, we are expanding into the more just user-oriented type of development, which has been burgeoning for the last year and a half, or maybe 2, let's call it 2 years, right? But it's evolving. Obviously Fast Blocks isn't even a year old. That makes things a lot more functional from a gaming standpoint, because you can actually have stuff happen in pretty much near real time. Which, even if it takes 30 seconds, that's almost too long for a lot of gamers. Like we have, and especially the younger crowd, they have no attention span at all. So we need these Fast Blocks to really build out developments that happen in real time, or you're not going to be able to keep people on the platform long enough, or as long as you could. But psyched about that, man. Psyched about it. And now, I don't know. Are you guys? Is this also part of the collab with Flat Earth, or is that a different thing?
Yes. Because again, the map. The first season, if you want to call it so, of the game is going to be happening on the current continents, basically South America, Europe, and so on. And then the second season, if everything is okay, with the second mint eventually next year, is going to proceed into Flat Earth territory, basically, continents behind the ice wall. And I think it's going to be fun. There's going to be a lot of Easter eggs. There's going to be a lot of like conspiracy stuff in the game, and just fun, just like to relax 20 minutes a day. And again, you don't even need fast block times, because you just set up everything you want to do, and then it happens automatically. I mean, I would love to do a real-time strategy game, like, I don't know, Command and Conquer or something like this, but
It's hard. It's hard.
I'm not there yet.
Well, and turn-based actually also allows you to be async. Like I can take my turn, set up my stuff, come back and check after they took their turn too. So there's, I played all those games too. I played a lot of that stuff, and it's a fun and engaging experience anyway. But still, I don't want to have to wait 10 minutes to know if my setup transaction completed properly and all of that. So it still adds a tremendous amount of functionality there. So is it going to be like is it more like Risk where you just have units and you're trying to move your number of units against the board strategically against your opponents, taking over areas, and then that gives you more units kind of thing, like that kind of model?
More or less. I'm still refining it, and I actually would love to have you and some other people who enjoyed actually playing Risk back in the day on as advisors.
Absolutely.
So we're still polishing up the whole system, but in general, you mint your UAPs basically on stacks end of this month, and then just like on Risk, it's basically like an army, right? So for example, you pick Venezuela and you put 3 of your UAPs there. You pick you pick Germany, or in this instance, for example, like bigger countries will be split up into zones, into provinces. So we're gonna have about 900 to 1,000 provinces. So basically, because the mint is going to be 1,111 UAPs. So you put your UAP on this province, and the more UAPs you put on one province, the better fortified it is, and it's almost like Risk. And if you want to attack, you have to decide, okay, how many UAPs do I want to move to this new territory, which is next door, without knowing how much UAPs the enemy has, right? And a lot more. I mean, obviously, there's also the other element, which is going to be the crew. So you're going to have 3 spaces on each and every UAP, which you can where you can put your crew in, and the crews will be exclusively current stacks PFP collections, like Pepe, like Leocats, like Rue, like basically the more common PFP collections. So you pick 3 of them or whatever you have, and depending on what type of crew you have, this will also influence what's happening. And then the third leg of the game is mining. So basically, each and every province will have different resources, and you're gonna mine those resources and then later sell those resources in a kind of like a little marketplace within the app. And then you can exchange that to UAP basically. And so there's a play to earn element in the game, but it's going to be small. I don't want this to be the ultimate goal of the game, like just like play to earn. It's fun first and play to earn. Yeah, you can make some small money out of it, but it's not going to be something ridiculously high.
No, something that just makes it more fun.
Yeah,
like a side wager on a local sports match, right? You're not talking about. Sometimes actually I've seen some crazy stuff with the Spanish crowd in Rhode Island, by the way. Like they are hardcore. Some of the local soccer guys, they make some like tens of thousands of dollars betting on a local soccer match. So I didn't want to, but it does add a fun value to it, and it's not something like we're not talking about thousands of dollars. We're talking about just a little bit of a sweetener. Like it gives you that like little bit of an added pep in your step when you win. Yeah. Same thing with like Flying to Earn. It's about the engagement and the fun and all of that. Yeah, you're gonna win $10 worth of a meme coin on a round and stuff like that. It's not tons of money. You're not gonna retire over it, but it's enough to make it a little bit more fun when you win.
Yeah. And I think the biggest goal is to bring the community together and actually give some utility to most of the PFP collections. Like what we did with meme. Like with meme, we gave utility basically of people holding other meme coins, and I'm gonna continue in the same way. Basically, okay, We got the tokens. Now we're gonna focus a little bit more on the NFTs, people that have minted those NFTs in the last 3 years, right? Give them some utility and hopefully help those projects to actually make more sales of their NFTs, be it on a secondary market or be it projects still minting
that's actually a great idea. Being able to incorporate and provide extra value to things that are already here and existing, that already have a brand, already have an IP, already have an awareness in the ecosystem. So it's good for you to have those associations because it helps bring those communities into what you're doing, but it's also good for them because it exposes them to the people that aren't part of their community that are coming from the other communities. I love that, man. I really do. I think that's a great concept. Great idea.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
So some other stuff going on the meme platform too, right?
Oh yeah, meme too. Where do we start? So up until now, you could. There's so much news. Let me open up my notes because I don't even know where to start. But in short, speaking of NFT collections, soon you will also be able to stake those NFTs on our meme platform, like soft stake. Basically, you just do a wallet connection and you just authenticate that you actually own those NFTs, and this will allow you to earn salt. And with this, obviously a lot of people have been earning salt for a long time, and we're actually going to launch a liquidity pool between salt and UAP within the next 10 days or so. It's scheduled for October the 14th, I think, but it might be a little bit earlier. So finally, people who have been staking their tokens, staking their meme, or staking in future stake their PFPs from collections, they can actually make money out of it. So that's that's I think the biggest news around meme for now. I'm sure I'm forgetting something, but.
And let me actually just make sure I got the right website here. I'm checking it out on X right now. My links won't work. Why won't it? So it's just memecoinstx.com, right?
For now, yeah. I'm working on getting a better domain, but for now it's going to be memecoinstx.com. The cool thing about the PFP collections is that you don't need to own any meme. I just decide, okay.
I have them anyway, but that's still just less friction for people.
Exactly. So if you have a Pepe, we're gonna start with Pepe obviously because it's my favorite project. I'm sorry. So we're gonna start with Pepe and then probably move on to Leo and to everybody else, right? But we're going to start with Pepe. So I think in about 2 weeks, if you own a Pepe NFT or if you own multiple Pepe NFTs, even better. Head over to memecoinstx.com, just authorize, make a wallet connection. There's no transaction fee, nothing, and start earning salt. That's it.
That's awesome, man. That's great. So when are the NFTs going to be? Do you have exactly know when, or is it still kind of like
the UAP drop?
No, the like when you can stake your memes, when you can stake your NFTs on Salt. On Memecoin.
Within the next 2 weeks, I think we're gonna get it done. I have to talk to Eric again, but I think we might leave it for next month because this month is already very, very packed. But it's going to be soon. It's going to be definitely
sure. And I know it's I'm not asking to pigeonhole you, but a roadmap is about probably before the end of October is what you're hoping for.
Yes, absolutely. If I can keep all of my other deadlines, then I can make it happen, which is probably not going to work out very good, but we'll see. I'll try to make it, actually. October has to be October, and there are some side bets going on if I'm going to keep all my deadlines or not, so I should definitely keep them.
Awesome. And so also Stacks Watch, you got some stuff going on there. Or is that kind of like in the background? That's still on the back burner.
Oh no, not at all. Stacks Watch is Yeah, you're right. It's on the back burner right now, at least for October. So I finally took the plunge and decided to actually apply for a grant. Decided to apply for D grants with a pretty low amount to give other new people actually who want to enter the ecosystem a better chance. Because I know that probably actually applying for the interim grant would have been financially probably better for me, but I really love what Stacks or what the foundation or what all the people making the decisions like trying to do right now. They're trying to onboard new people with great ideas, and I think we, like OGs basically in the space, I think we should take a step back and just see those newcomers. And I think I'm quite sure there's going to be some very, very good ideas, some very, very good projects. And yeah, that's the reason why I went with D grants, but it's still going to help. So we'll see.
Cool.
So Stacks Watch, November-ish, maybe December, alpha release. So beta release, sorry. So the beta will be basically a polished version of the alpha without the bugs that we had on the alpha, and with a little bit of new functionality, but not too much. I still want to keep it relatively simple. And yeah, and then we move that too.
I like it. It's
too much going on.
It's a real, yeah. Well, I understand that too, man, because it's, we're, running DeOrganized and a lead steward for D grants and running the SIP shows, which actually I think Hero does want to. We may or may not have a SIP show this afternoon or at 10:30.
Yeah,
live. He wasn't feeling doing the live stream. I think he was just looking for something a little bit more casual, and I just said, "Oh, okay, no show." And so, but then he was in my DMs a little while ago, being like, "You know what? Okay, let's do it live." So I think he will be coming on at 10:30. We'll have to determine that, but that's just we got all I can relate, man. There's so much going on. Plus, we're trying to figure out our website and what are we doing with that exactly, and all the other things we're trying to poking around on, testing out things for people. Like the big market guys have some testnet stuff that they're going to be launching soon. That's really cool. Always poking around on crypto dude stuff. Was playing with Crypto Cash the other day. The AIBTC devs have some test stuff going. There's always stuff to go poke around on too. By the way, if you're looking for any testing, I know at least a handful of people that like me like to kind of just, even if it's a 5 minutes, go poke around, see, make some test transactions, give some feedback.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, with the mint of the UIPs is going to be end of this month, right? But the release of the MVP is probably gonna take us a while. I'm not gonna lie, it's probably gonna take about 4 to 6 months. So we're going to start with a very, very simple MVP, which is not going to have any graphics, anything at all. And I think that's a good point you made. When this is done, probably around January or February, I'll definitely need a team to test out the stuff and to just basically break the game.
Honestly, the best. We love doing that live too. We actually do a really good. It ends up being good content for us, and we actually get it's good exposure for the developer, and our audience tends to, especially on the night show. GP's done a ton of that with testing stuff out, breaking stuff in testnet. Crypto Dude with Rosar, Rafa. We're happy to do that stuff. So whenever you're ready, both online and offline, by the way, it doesn't have to be live stream.
Awesome.
Stuff.
I appreciate it.
We love doing that. It's really
That's one more.
It gives us an opportunity to learn what's being built and play around with cool stuff. So it's win-win.
Yes, let me.
That's
play.
one more thing. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, no. I was just saying, let me play. I'm definitely excited. I want to get in there and test it out and break it. Like Steve said, man, George. I'm excited.
Yeah, kind of like part of.
Yeah, and also the Stakes AI Guild is.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was saying also the Stakes AI Guild is ready to help you ship it and spread it around like a virus.
Awesome. There's one more thing I have on my notes. It's getting ridiculous. So we're going to actually start, or I'm going to start something like a little podcast with. It's going to be called Meme Unleashed, and I really love what you're doing with decentralized, and I want to contribute, but in a different direction. So what I'm trying to do is basically have talks with founders and with builders, but get more into personal stuff, like what they do in their free time, how did they end up in stacks, or like basically personal stuff. So this will also start this month. My first guest is going to be Jack, kind of like to set the tone. And
great first guest.
Yeah, I really want to have set the tone, and I think he's the right person. But I would love to have you on too, because you have been running DeOrganized for a pretty long time. I still remember when there was like no viewers at all, right? Back in the good old times.
Yeah, I was like, people were like, you're getting like 30, 40 viewers. That's great. And it was.
Absolutely, yeah.
And I was like, yeah, all right, I'll keep doing it. And I was just coming on for like 15 minutes and saying hi in the morning. It was really, it's crazy how it's come. But yeah, man, I'm happy to, bro, here's the thing. There's two things where one thing that we're looking at is, happy to come on and honored, and would love to sit down and chat with you. I definitely have a lot of personal stuff that
I can imagine.
Maybe interesting to some people, maybe a little awkward and weird, but that's how I roll. But also we're always looking for, so what we're really trying to do is expand our streaming with some like pre-recorded stuff. So
syndication,
yeah,
that's exactly what I'm talking about. So I think it's a good opportunity to talk about with you.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, and how I would see that looking is like you do, you release your show first, you get on your thing, and then when you're after you air it, we can actually distribute it on like in between stuff when we have no live stuff to cover, nothing going on.
Yep.
And start running those syndicated things on DeOrganized, and that way it encourages people that are making more content to kind of like make it with an eye towards, it helps it be more evergreen, right? Because we're going to distribute it more to more people and kind of almost like rerun it a couple times. So people that, it just makes it better for the interviewees. You get more exposure, they get more exposure, and we get the content, which gives us the capacity to keep running without having to. I love doing the live stuff. I love doing this, but I can't do anything else while I'm doing it. So if we could get some pre-recorded stuff that we're streaming, it would actually help us be able to handle other things while also maintaining our growth. So absolutely, man. Love the idea. We hadn't talked about this, by the way. This is something.
Yeah, we hadn't talked about. I put you in the spot, kind of. But you're like, great. I appreciate it, man.
I'm best on the spot, to be honest with you. That's usually. I don't know. I guess maybe what other people think might be different, but I tend to be good on my feet, I think. I do want to shout out before I forget. We got a bunch of people in the live chat saying hi. Good morning, Pip. Good morning, Sam. Good morning, Nieta. Haven't heard from you in a while. Good to see you. Sam says, yo, George. Benta saying, good morning, legends. We got Big Wealth in the chat. White Crypto coming in and saying hi. And we're probably going to start getting our Find to Earn guys coming in and saying hi shortly. We got Find to Earn coming around in about 2 minutes. George, you're going to stay and play with us today?
I have to head over to an interview with somebody, so I'm sorry. There's too much on my plate right now, but I appreciate that you let me on the show, and we can do this again maybe next week. I would love to hang out with you guys, and it's always good to be on.
Bro, you're welcome to come on anytime. You know that. Yeah,
I appreciate
we passed, and honestly, very unlikely that the link that we use for the morning show is the same link. So the link I sent you today, you can drop in anytime. Feel free to use that link. If I change the link and you have to DM me because it didn't work, DM me and we'll get you the new link. But as of right now, that link drops you in any morning. You're always welcome. Happy to have you on. Guys, make sure you're following. If you're not, it's at the one NFT on X. I don't know all the other X handles. UAP is actually Drones STX, I think, at Drones STX.
Yes.
Drones
And
STX.
Meme is at Meme STX. Is that what it is? Or is it Meme Stacks?
Huna, help me out.
Meme Coin
Meme-
at
meme
Meme
coin.
Coin.
Meme coin STX.
Yes. That's what it is.
Yes.
Oh, too many handles, too much stuff. Thank you so much, guys. GP, I gonna DM you because I remember we did some pretty cool art back in the days.
Yeah.
And I think now is the time to talk about it, especially with UAP. It's going to be so great.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
It's time, man. Let's go. Let's
this
just
is
fucking do
alpha.
it,
This
man.
is alpha.
Awesome. Have
GP and George. It's gonna be lit.
Definitely.
a good stream, guys. Back to
Thanks,
back
brother.
Thanks,
Always a
George.
pleasure.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for coming out. We'll talk to you soon, guys. Make sure you're
Thank you.
following
Bye-bye.
George. And we will be back in a moment. I'm going to play a quick word from our sponsors, and we'll be back with Find to Earn rounds momentarily. You all stay tuned, please. Don't forget to share out the live stream, by the way. Guys, it's time. The Game Master has arrived in his true form. How are you today, sir?
GMG Immortals.
Where is it?
I'm fine.
Morning.
Let the hunt begin.
Let the hunt begin. We have more Find to Earn rounds, and we do this daily, my friends. We bring you opportunities to play, engage, have some fun, and earn a couple of bucks worth of some amazing meme coin projects in the Stacks ecosystem. Today we have rounds sponsored by Leo Coin, Bitcoin Pepe, Flat Earth, POS Token, and Droid, the Nakamoto One Droid token, plus our jackpot round sponsored by Skullcoin, where you have an opportunity to earn a bag of STX. We did have a winner yesterday, right? Or we had no winner?
Yeah, we have winner. It's a person.
That's right. Right towards the end, we had a winner. So we're back at 20 STX. That's where we stopped for the jackpot round. And guys, you always have an advantage tuning into the live stream first, because
we have two cool pictures. Can you choose between Leo and Pepe?
I only have. Hold on, the images aren't coming through yet.
No, I'm just dropped to you.
Which you want me to pick between? I'm sorry, it was between Pepe and who?
And Leo.
We did Pepe yesterday, so let's do Leo today.
Okay,
It's a hard choice for me. I love all of our meme coins.
Hard.
To be honest.
Me too.
The Pepe ones are usually the funniest, by the way. The most consistent.
Yeah, Pepe is really funny one, but let's play the Leo today.
All right, so we'll play the Leo round first. And again, you guys get a advantage by tuning into the live stream, because these games are played on the Skullcoin BTC account on X, but we give you a countdown so you know when the game rounds launch. And then you also get the first image of the opening game round live before the game round launches. So you get an advantage by getting to see this, so you can get an idea of where all these things are and commit it to memory before the game round launches. First rule of Find to Earn, you must share out the live stream, like and reshare the live stream. Make sure you're following Skullcoin BTC and at DeOrganized BTC so that you know when we're live streaming and when these game rounds are live. And make sure that you like and repost the game rounds. You're going to see the game round launch. There's going to be a link to Google Maps. And then in that link, you go into Google Street View. You're going to find this image somewhere. The first person that finds it clicks the link over here that says share, copies that link, drops the link below the game round post on Skullcoin BTC on X, wins the prize for that round. If you did not like and repost the game round, or you did not share out the live stream, and you are the first one to win, you will lose your prize. So make sure you follow the rules of the game in order to win your prize today. You're going to get $10. Actually, I think it's more than $10 worth of Leo coin, because it went up since we actually designated the prize amount for the month. So you're getting a little bit more than $10 worth of Leo coin when you win this round today. And huge fan of the Leo coin project, by the way. We're going to launch this round in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Hyundai, Hajime.
Oh,
Jackalo.
Jekalo. Come on,
Yeah, we
Scott.
missed that voice.
We need
Yes,
a new
sir.
one. We need a new one to say "Let's go" in. Like,
Vámonos.
Vámonos. I know we learned
Vámonos.
last week or something, but we need a new one.
All right. Well, I'm going to share my screen so you guys can see how we play. We're looking for that yellow house. Oops. I'll do that. All right. Can we see the house colors from here? I don't know. Let's tilt the screen a little bit. Don't see a yellow house.
Okay, let me launch the whitelist game in parallel.
Yeah, launch the. So, guys, we do offer whitelist rounds. So, most of our rounds are open rounds for everybody, but we have some very aggressive regular full-time players. And so, we offer whitelist rounds to let. We always are bringing in new players, lots of new players all the time. So, if you want to be, if you're new, you haven't won before, or you've only won one time, you want to be added to the whitelist rounds, you just make a comment under the live stream. Let us know you want to be on the waitlist round, and we'll get you added. And the waitlist rounds are only for people on the waitlist. Only waitlist players that are listed on the comments for the round can participate. I'll find a yellow house.
Yeah, okay, launch in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go. And if you are not in whitelist rounds, it means like
Hyundai.
we shuffle whitelist rounds and you will be there maybe in day, and tomorrow we just change it.
That's smart. I
And
like
the
that.
report is ready, we will drop it today or in weekend. We still
Sick.
have no winner for Leo, so the game is continuous, and you can play whitelist round if you're eligible to leave the comment. That's how it works.
Good luck, hunters.
Checalo.
Hajime.
We still have no winner for the Leo game. Okay, we have a comments from Cody, Rookie, only one MS. Let me check. You need yellow house.
Found it. I don't think I was first, but I found it.
Still worth the shot dropping the link.
Looks like Crystal Clear definitely got the right one. Only one MS is a little far away if that is the right house, but I think Crystal Clear got it before me.
Yeah, I'm checking, like, it's the right house, but we need to check how far he is. Because, like, people are lazy to just make couple clicks.
Well, honestly, it might not be lazy, but they might be a little bit anxious to make that click so that they get it in fast. You know, I totally get it. Trying to hustle.
Okay, so we just count the steps for only one MS. We have the rule of 3 steps. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we give the win to only one MS. Crystal Clear and Peace Love Music was a second. You are just in same time.
That's okay. Honestly, I just feel good about finding it.
Isn't it?
I
Doesn't
really-
it feel good? It does something for you.
Yeah, because it's like, because sometimes you go a long time with the drought, you know? So it's like, I'm not useless at this.
And especially streaming it too, right? And then you find it because there's extra steps involved. You feel like extra special. It's like a little dopamine hit.
That's right. I found it 10 seconds, or actually it was like closer to like 20.
The greatest achievement ever is finding that location.
Yeah,
It is.
I feel good about it. I really do.
No, like only one MS. Again, not like and repost the game, so will not give you the win.
Oh no!
What happened?
Come on, man. You
Didn't
know,
like
you
it,
know the
huh?
rules. You know the rules. You've been playing for a long time.
Come on, man.
Come on.
Come on,
Oh.
Scott, man.
Thomas Khan.
Come on, Scam, man.
Okay, so
Thomas Khan, man.
so we divide the win between like Crystal Clear and Peace Love.
All right.
Oh, you know what? Crystal Clear was definitely 10 seconds ahead of me.
Let's go. All right, Crystal Clear.
Give him the win. Give him the win.
By the
I
process
appreciate
of elimination.
Okay, Crystal Clear is the winner. Okay, everyone, you have to know the rules. You have to like and repost the game. Stop
You
this.
have to know the rules.
I banish you. I take your wins. And every time.
Ooh, don't play with the game master. Not at
It's
a time like
just
this.
the rules, guys.
Just like
These
the
rules
shares.
are clear. Some might say that they're crystal.
It's not works like this, so you just win and after repost know how it works. Okay, the winner for Android game is Make Away 100.
Smoked. Let's go.
Like repost is very easy, guys. You have just to click and after start to play. And it takes less than a second. Okay, let's continue. We have one more whitelist round. Because like it was a close decision. Only one MS really a little bit far, but it's 3 steps, but he didn't repost, so we just try to be the fair. Okay, but only one MS is our top player. He is in top 4 on top 5, I believe. You will see in leaderboard soon. Okay, we play for our new players. One more whitelist round. It's a POS coin.
Oh,
We are going in Istanbul. And we start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Let's go.
Hyundai.
Easy game.
how many wins is it again? It's 2 wins from the whitelist round to graduate to pro.
For whitelist round, the winners make away 100.btc. On board team with BTC name. And now one more whitelist round for POS coin. You have to find this yellow bus. Let's go.
Congratulations
It's in the
to
bus.
our winners, by the way. We got the whitelist round for the POS coin going right now. You're looking for the yellow bus with the point of sale coin sign behind it, but that sign won't actually be there. The buses will be though. That skyline, that's what you're looking for. And huge
Okay,
shout
we'll
out
have
to
a
the
winner.
Droid community, Jerry and Joe Vez and the crew. All these doing some cool stuff with that project as well.
Okay, we have a winner. It's a Z. We'll onboard him with BTC name. Congrats, Z.
Let's
And,
go. New BNS coming your way on chain Z. Welcome, welcome.
We have a lot of players who found Big Wells, .btc, Crypto Knight, .gamer, Mohammed Salama, Pierre Fox, and Khalib. But the first person was Z. He was faster than Khalib for 1 second.
Yeah, Big Wealth has been like showing up and showing out.
Yeah, we have
as of lately,
conversation DM. He wants to help our project to grow. It's a good
Very nice.
initiative.
Big shout out to Big Wealth.
Okay, let's play the Pepe game. It's a funny game. Always like Pepe lost his car. Make a countdown, please.
I'll do one in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Yigzoo!
Let's go.
Hajime.
Zekalo.
We are going to the Skullcoin page. Make sure you like and repost the game round first. Look at this Pepe. What's he up to?
Are you
What you
sure
looking
right
for?
now? Oh, all right.
No.
I wasn't sure.
Here, let me
I
pull
thought
out
you were.
one.
I was like, oh, wait a minute. Am I?
I
No,
will
no,
pull
no.
it up.
You,
Let's see.
well, it's up to you if you want to.
Look at this guy. You see this guy? He's like
He's like, I'm wearing the suit.
doing
Why am I
the-
here?
right.
He's coming from
Yeah.
Pamfan.
Yeah, he lost. He just lost his car. You have to find this car.
Dude, where's my car?
You lost your keys, bro. The car is behind you.
It's buried too. All right, so you click on that link and it'll take you to the starting location right here. Boom, we are looking around in Japan. Let's go. Boom. Let's see. We drop right in.
All right, GP's doing some sharing. Cool. GP definitely feels better today. You sound so much better, bro.
Yeah, dude, I was feeling rough yesterday. I went to
I
bed
was
very
worried about
early
you.
last night too. Make sure I caught up on rest. I was sick. I wasn't feeling good, man.
Yeah, I could tell. I could tell. I'm glad you got some rest, man. You definitely sound like you're not 100%, but you're functional.
Yeah, but it's the last day of the week. I'll be able to rest up on the weekend, come back strong on Monday. So glad, I'm happy. I'm thankful for that. Always grateful. Yeah, I needed a moment, dude.
You look way better than yesterday, bro. Like even the way you're speaking shows that
Appreciate
you
it.
had some rest, bro. Yeah.
Am I looking better than yesterday?
You are always
Hey, what is
You
dead
are
may never
always
die, baby.
damn
Let's go.
sexy.
you are always looking
Yeah,
better.
thank you, yeah.
Yeah, what a start.
I'm dead.
Yeah,
I'm
bro.
dead.
Literally in the stream. What's up, brother? Hold on, I gotta
Literally.
guys. I gotta interrupt the show for a second, dude. You guys see this?
Wait a minute.
No one is safe around the edge.
That hat is not there.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure it out. I was like, wait a minute, we just talked to George. What's going on here? And then, of course, boom. Yeah, here you go.
Hilarious. I just had to drop that. I saw because George laughed.
funny,
George
though.
laughed at it too. So it was just priceless.
Yeah, that is my niche now. I think people are loving it, and since P said you were used to be a troll, so I think it's rubbing off, bro. So apologies.
I will tell you this: I never trolled anybody I didn't love.
Wow.
That's
that's so true.
That's a good point.
Yeah, it's fun. It breaks up the seriousness of life, and Lord knows we need more of that. That's why gaming and these engaging experiences are so
Right
important.
on.
So I just wanted to show this video that Hana made. Pretty interesting. Here, let me pull this up. Hana, I want to show this.
Awesome.
Is that cool?
This is first to show on this, and we promised this was going to come, but yeah, look at this.
Hold on, let me.
There's-
Hold on, let me turn that audio up a little bit.
Wild, dude. Very cool stuff. I'm loving seeing that.
That's a cringe. The people like this one. So that's actually the cool idea because following we have a winner. It's a zenitsutrade.btc. Congrats. But we have a lot
Nice.
of players who found this first part.
Congrats.
Yeah, I want to say like we have this concept of blockchain tavern for our D grants proposal, and if you Trihana could animate it in future, it will be very cool because blockchain tavern is some cozy space with different characters. Maybe we'll add characters from the organized media. Maybe we'll transform the existing characters to the organized media. It will be very fun.
I love it.
Yeah, that is true. And
Let's
also
go.
imagine
Let's
that ape that you have on your PFP on X, marketing the find to end games, like having a map
Yeah.
lost somewhere. Yeah, I think it will be a cool animation. I'll try that out.
Yeah. But we should like, as Jack said, like we should like what we're building in Skullcoin and DeOrganized and Fine Turn. We should like deep dive into things because the people just tired about a lot of content. We should give meaning to content. We should like create the culture around the certain
Right.
content.
The IP, like I think that there's a lot of room for animated content where we're creating lore around characters that will become more IP, like the Xenotron character, like the Game Master character, and all sorts
Yeah.
of. There's
Created for community.
right. It becomes, and then if we start creating like short stories and short episodes about specific stuff, it becomes, and it's regularly dropping on a known source or a known channel. It does give us a lot of leeway to, but like you said, it's more engaging and more meaningful. It's diving deeper into, it's not just getting people to come play the game. It's creating a fun and engaging experience, even around the marketing and promotion of the game.
Yeah, right. Okay. We play Flutter's game in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Hajime.
Exu.
Let's go.
GM everybody.
Good morning,
What?
Tenor.
GM.
GM sir,
how you-
peace. That's a tree on GM sir. Captain, Coach McCall, GP. GM sir.
Hey,
The game
what's up, dude?
The game master Zenitron. What's up, sir?
GM Mortal.
GM
So we're looking
team.
for this flat sitting on the back of this little bike going down some sort of highway here. We're liking and sharing the game round first, and then we're going and click this link. It'll take us to the starting location, or you can copy the coordinates, pop up your Google Maps, and plug it in. And let's find out where we are. We're looking around in France. Very nice. Here's your starting location.
So usually when we have a lot of players, you have just one or two chances how to play. Like you open in satellite view, you drop yellow pigment to any place to see Google Street View, and if your guess is right, you win. Maybe you'll have the second chance for you split screen and teleport, but the experience from how Orange plays, he just thinks like little bit 5-10 seconds before he drops. It's not just about the faster you drop in random location, it's more about the understanding the pattern, where it can be, where is like the road, the trees, you can drop and you can win. Okay, we have a winner, it's a Dijan Hash, he was the first. Second was I Person, Crystal Clear, Saki, Hanif, all of them found. Only one MS, Ridwan, Isaac, Fikrin. Congrats everyone. The winner is Dijan Hash, and we play the last game for today. 20 stacks, not so hard game. It's a small town. We give you like 5 minutes, like always. It's a time limit game. If there will be no winner, the prize goes tomorrow, but I'm sure there will be the winner.
You're sure there will be a winner?
Yeah.
All right. Now I'm going to have to play. Let's go.
Okay, let's go. We start in
Vamos!
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Ande!
Hajime.
Vamos.
Okay,
Muje!
you have 5 minutes. Black Sand. Right now, boys.
Let's go. Let's go. Good luck, hunters. But not too much good luck because I want to win.
Let's go.
All right. Liking and sharing. We're looking for this chest on the side of this hill. Looks like there's some sort of compound up there at the top of the hill. Let's see if we can't find it. Looking around in Italy.
Dijan Hash already dropped the location, but it's wrong.
I saw a spot where I thought it might be, but it was not the right spot. Maybe here. No, that's where I was. I think that's where I was. Not that spot.
To be honest, like, okay. That's funny thing. Like,
What's that?
no, the game continues. I'm just.
He's thinking out loud.
Okay, we give the win to 2 players because the funny thing, it's the one person who found first was White Crypto, but he was too far on parallel road, but the point was right. Okay.
So
White
he-
Crypto.
I like
We
it.
give the win to White Crypto and to Tamil chat because he is exactly on this place.
Tamil, let's go.
Let's go. Congratulations. And lots of
And
guesses on that one too. Lots of people kind of
Ethan Hash unfortunately drops like very close, but 6 steps far, so it's just a random place, I believe, but it's wrong. And anyways, he won before, so the winners is Tamil Chat and White Crypto.
Congrats, fellas.
Right on, right on. Yeah, well done, guys. Well played. Well earned. Another excellent episode of Find to Earn. I love playing these rounds every day. Huge shout out to our sponsors for making this all possible, by the way. If we didn't
remember, like, we love stacks, we do it on stacks, but Find to Earn can be on any blockchain. To be honest, any non-coin can participate.
That's right. I got to reach back out to Kukulkan. He had actually said he wanted to get in with some Lobo, and I sent him the address, but he was actually in the middle of his mint, preparing for the mint, and then all of that stuff. So, huge fan of the Runelings project, and that mint was really cool, really interesting. I know some of our friends did win a little bit of prizes with it too. But I got to reach back out to him. And if you have a meme coin or any token for a project on any chain and you're looking to sponsor some rounds for Find to Earn, we'll work with you. We're happy to have more participation and give our players more opportunities to earn. So don't be shy. DM me, DM the Game Master. Let us know, because we are happy to. The more the merrier. The more opportunities for our players to actually have fun and engaging experiences, the better, as far as we're concerned. So we're always looking for more of that. Thank you, Game Master, for another fine episode of Find to Earn. We have the SIP call coming up at 10:30. Hero said he does want to do the live. Let me actually double check my DMs, make sure that is still on, because I don't want to. Where am I? Yeah, he said let's do it. He's like, do the SIP show on DeOrg today, please. Let's keep it. All right, keep it. We're keeping it. So at 10:30, SIP show happening. We'll probably take a brief intermission in a few minutes just to kind of give everyone a chance to catch up on their DMs and check out what's going on in the ecosystem. But we will be back at 10:30. Thank you all for joining. Again, I want to shout out our existing sponsors for Find to Earn. We have some great projects. Droid token from Nakamoto, POS from the STX AI crew, Flat Earth, Bitcoin Pepe, the only Pepe coin you need to know about, and our beloved Leo coin, which has been with Skullcoin and Find to Earn from the beginning. And we definitely will have them for at least a few more months to come. And more. We have tremendous players in our space. We're very fortunate to have such a diverse and engaged community on stacks, and growing. And lots of energy here, guys. Lots of energy, especially with all of these incubators and funding projects like D-Grants. Yeah. Make sure you do tune in at 2 p.m. Eastern. We have the DeFi and tooling track space with Benai and Big Mac, the stewards for that space. That's their last space before applications are due. Applications are due by the 8th of October. I think that's Tuesday. So you only have a little less than a week now. Get your applications in. If you have questions, you can always DM me. I am a steward, Hattie, Melanie, Benai, or Big Mac. Let us know. We're happy to guide you through the process, and we want to make sure everyone has an opportunity to submit. And honestly, just submitting adds some value to your project. Even if you don't get some funding, you get some guidance, you get some feedback, you get some exposure to the community. Also, for what it's worth, anyone that's submitting into D-Grants or any of the intern proposals, we're always happy to have you guys come and talk about your projects on DeOrganized. That really is what we're here for first, is supporting builders and projects developing in the space so that they can get some feedback and exposure. And without that paradigm, we never would have had a show. This never would have existed. We do obviously a lot more than that now, but that's still our bread and butter. We love supporting builders, bootstrapping, new products, new projects. So don't be shy about letting us know if you're interested. We want to have you here. It doesn't matter what your project is, what phase it's in, whether you're shipping or just coming up with ideas or whatever. We want you on here. We want to support our ecosystem however we can. Guys, any last words before I wrap for our...
Yeah, I just want to say, like, send application, get this experience. I'm agree with this music. Just start this road, because we started in about 2-3 years ago. We going slowly but consistently. We are living for the grants and hackathon wins, so we have no VC, no cabal. We're moving very fairly with community together, and that's great that with these CIP31 grants we can move forward and create this right finally, because the GameFi has no sustainability games. Everyone see 3 days ago Solana reposts this addicted.fun game. Now the chart goes down. It's one day Ponzi. Unfortunately, I played just to go break even and understand game mechanics. We have a fun discussion with, I believe, Mr. Wolf in our chat, and we understand clearly, everyone understands it's a Ponzi. So it's the excitement, it's in very beginning, and now people just fade, like they have the pain, they're losing their money again and again. So we have to achieve and solve the biggest problem in GameFi together.
Not all on-chain games are the same. That's true. And Zenny is doing a lot of work, and he's putting a lot of time in to ensuring that the games are actually fair, verifiably so, and engaging at the same time. And he's doing great work for our ecosystem and for crypto in general. We do need to have some wins, like Skullcoin, like what's coming with Strike and Fine to Earn even. We really are very fortunate to have... Thank you, Zenny, for participating in our ecosystem.
Yeah, thank you for the organized show, because without you, I will be just a developer in the dark forest.
Happy to help any way we can, man. Really appreciate it. It's a win-win situation, and that's what it's about, actually. It's about finding where you fit, what gaps you can fill that makes your value creation value to somebody else. And then you can leverage your collective efforts to move forward. That's what we've done with Skullcoin. And it's not just with Skullcoin either. It's with BoostX. It's with BNS. We incorporate other projects and other applications. We love our fam at Zero Authority and the bounties, and we participate and shout those out. We love everything going on in the ecosystem. Anyone building stuff, anyone developing, Fact Fund, STX City, everything. We want to integrate and work with everybody. And that doesn't mean everything we're doing is with this project or that project. But we're always working with these projects to come up with ideas where we can provide collective value or collaborative value for ourselves and our community. So yeah, I do love that. Honey, you posted, what's this? Let me take a look before I sign off on this. What are we looking at here? Is this the video? What's this one? Is this a different one?
Oh, it's the same one with GP. So yeah, that's what I've been.
Yeah, I'm going to play this. Let me hold on. Let me turn off the music so we can hear it good. Oh, Zenny's out. See you, Zenny. Have a great trip back to the underworld, sir. Have a great weekend. We'll see you soon. And let me share this. I had a little trouble hearing it earlier when GP was playing it, so that's partly why I gotta make sure that I'm not muted, because I mute the live. All right, you guys can see this?
Yeah, we can see it.
On the game you created. Kryptonauts? This is impossible, man! My name is GPSC.
I love this.
I am the final boss. I can show you how to play. I want to challenge your master.
Whoa, no way. Did he just say final boss? This is nuts.
Bro.
Insane.
Hana is a beast, an absolute beast on the AI tools, man. Like crazy stuff, man. Just and that stuff is just going to help grow. Like it just makes more content. It's like fun. That's something for me to play for 5 minutes while we're ending out the show, and it's just entertaining. It's fun and entertaining, and there's so much we can do. When that's like a 5-minute story and we're actually like having some engagement, people are watching that in the, that can be something we play for the intermission next time, as we will have an intermission. What else is going on? Anything else we got to get into today, GP?
So this week I had something come up during the StackingDAO weekly screen share, so I'm going to be rescheduling it for after we're done with the SIP call and stuff like that. So we're going to be jumping into the StackingDAO Discord, doing the screen share today for a little bit, probably play some Discord games. I've got the nightly later on. But yeah, other than that, just feeling a lot better than I was, and catching up on stuff.
Nice. We do have the D Grants Call It 2, Purple Pill Friday, as everybody knows. And then you got game rounds tonight?
No, this next Friday. But we will be playing some games in the Zest Discord after DeOrganized Nightly. We just get together and play some Discord games. We've got Find and Earn rounds next week, though.
Cool. Very cool. Honey, what else you got today? Anything else coming up? Or are you just going to be like getting deep into the sick memes?
Yeah, I'm just getting into these memes, and also coming up with some new characters, and also I'm expecting to get some ideas from you and GP to work on this animation. Seems like a lot of people they're loving it on the timeline, and it's getting people engaged and forget about whatever that's going on. So that is my goal.
Right on. Tinderly, you still with us?
He's with us in the spirit again.
He's with us
again.
In spirit again. No, well, he was actually saying on the timeline a minute ago, best media on StackingDAO, and we appreciate that, man. Oh, Hero's here. Let's see. What's up, Hero? We were about to for an intermission, but we can always start.
Yeah, I wasn't sure whether you want to do at 10:30 or you want to continue.
We can just continue now. If you're ready, I'm good. If these guys, do you guys need a break real quick?
Not really. I mean, but we usually start around 10:15 or so. Yeah, so I mean,
we usually take our intermission to starting around 10:15 and then just start at 10:30. But we don't have to do that. Like I've only been doing that because we had.
Do you need to get your coffee?
I'm gonna go reset. I'm gonna go heat up my coffee. That'll take me like 45 seconds. So that's not that long. That's not a big deal. We can absolutely
meet back. We can meet like in 5 minutes or something. Take your time.
Okay. Yeah, we'll just meet back in like 5.
We'll take a 5-minute intermission. I'll be back in a few minutes. I'm gonna check on the puppy, make sure he's good. Although I'm not hearing him, so I'm gonna leave him alone. And we'll be back in like 5 minutes for the SIP call, guys. So we'll stay tuned. We'll see you soon. And thank you all for tuning in today. I am Peace Love Music. We are DeOrganized Media. Yada, yada, yada. We'll be back in a little while. Peace out.
Every post is a signal. Give it fuel. BoostX, the social value layer.
Let's sip, guys. It's time for the sip show. We're going to bring in Hero Gamer and the homies and talk about what's happening, the latest in Stacks improvement and community innovations with Hero. I think Hattie may or may not be joining us because there was a little bit of a miscommunication. How you doing today, Hero? You with us?
Hey, what's up? Yeah.
What's up? What's
Yeah,
up?
good.
We've got GP in the house for the sip call this morning. What's up, GP?
Good morning.
Looking good. Tenderly, are you with us? Maybe, maybe not.
Maybe not.
Tenderly might rejoin. So, some interesting developments this week, Hero, with the I don't know if you have a specific agenda, but the one thing that I think is the most interesting thing that happened this week in the SIP realm is the addition of the WebAuthn passkeys segment to the Clarity 4 SIP proposal. I know you've been actually doing a lot of awareness on that. I actually had a thread post that I was trying to post yesterday morning, and I just didn't get the time to get through it all. And then it timed out on me, and I just was like, and then you announced that they were including it. So my thread became out of date because I was calling for it to be added. And I'm like, now it's on there, so I don't have to. But
yeah, this is really classic examples of developers are really into the code. They have this idea. They know it's a good idea in their head, but they don't know like what's the gauge, you know?
Right.
Are people gonna really, really, really want this? Are people gonna build on it? Is it worth the time for them to invest and do it? So last week, I was on the Clarity working group call. I was just curious
Yes.
because Clarity 4 is like happening right now. So I hop on the call just to see what's up and learn a bit of, what's going on in the Clarity world. I saw you guys streamed it too, right?
Yeah, we usually pick it up, and it started with covering Gary's Zero to Clarity, and then they merged the calls into one. So it's every other week. Most of the time, we usually grab it, unless sometimes we get a guest that's scheduled, so we can't just carry the SIP call. The Clarity working group. But I love that. I think it's actually, I love sitting in on it.
Yeah, exactly. And I enjoy sitting in on it, listening to Setsus, listening to Bryce. All these people, like the brain power of that group is like really big. Right. And it's no, if they're willing to get together, is a valuable place to be. That's the way.
Because their time is right. Because if it wasn't going to be worth their time, they wouldn't be there. They can't.
Yes.
Yeah. They're too
And
busy.
one interesting thing out of that conversation that I heard, and I was just an observer, really. They were talking about, or Bryce was talking about this specific feature that they thought about adding in. Maybe they're not. It's like a little bit unsure, right? During the call. So I thought, okay, how do I find out if people are interested in it? So I didn't know much about it, like at that point. So I thought, okay, how can I help Bryce to get an idea whether builders are interested in this? Because if builders are interested in this, then I think it gives more justification for Bryce to include it. Take a little bit more time to include it, because it will add some time, but it's not huge amount. We're not talking months, right? Because on the call, I did ask him, like, roughly what we're talking about. And so I think it's not a huge, like, let's say, amount of time extra needed from what it is. It looks like the cryptographer already picked a good option from
Right.
the library. That's what I heard on the call. So I asked, okay, what's the risk? The risk is very minimal because you're picking from a battle-tested optionality from the library. I don't even know what that means, but it sounded like overall my understanding is okay, it's a low risk, doesn't take too much extra time, but the unlock could be really big. So I took the initiative to say, okay, I'll help you find out if builders really want this. And so I went around asking different builders, speak to Rocky, speak to Rafa to see what's up. You know, what's this thing? Do people really want it? And I found out like Fridger actually he could do with this because he's doing a smart contract wallet, called Smart Wallet. So
Right.
I think
This would be a huge onboarding unlock, Hero.
yeah,
because
essentially
it makes
my
it so much
understanding-
easier for non-crypto native, especially.
Yes,
So what?
100%.
Just to break down from my non-technical perspective, but as a builder, what this allows us to do is make it really easy, low friction, aka you don't have to write down a seed phrase to create a wallet. You just get a pass key, or even like you authenticate it with your an established verified social account type of thing, and then your access is tied to that, so it's still self-custodial. So the platform makes it really easy to onboard people seamlessly with a lot of abstraction of the technical part of holding a wallet, securing a wallet, seed phrases, and all of that thing. But you also aren't custodianing, because the other solution would be their account on the platform, and now you're a custodial service, and there's all sorts of
you
other.
don't know where they're storing it, right? And so
Right.
you might experience like it might be possible today, but the differences are, my understanding is, because you are the one who is custodying it. It's not like somebody else, and it's on your device. So I think it's a much better trust assumption. And my understanding is, yeah, you can integrate Privy today. In fact, many people encourage. So I think that's one way to do it right now. But you're still trusting a not open source code with Privy. So I think there's still various trust assumptions. So whereas if you do it natively, I think it's a lot less trust assumption involved. Therefore, the risk is much lower. It's much safer. So that's my understanding, and that's why having a native will help a lot, and just make that easier for the builders, I think, and just like more trustworthy for the builders, and therefore their customer can use it more safely.
So yeah, Rafa was actually, I think, one of the ones that proposed it in the.
Yeah, that's. Maybe I'll do a screen share to show you what's up.
Yeah.
I think it's an interesting development.
I know Trip was also Trip thought it was an interesting, obviously, like it's almost like an obvious from
Yeah, but it's kind of weird, right? If it's so obvious, why up until a few weeks ago we didn't have it?
Right.
You see what I mean? Like when Bryce came on, we actually didn't have this feature, and in the Clarity working group, I realized it's like still like a not sure yes or no. It could be
I didn't
added.
even know it was an option. I didn't even know it was something they were talking about, because that was back in February. You guys with that.
Yeah, so this is actually Rafa's post. So like we have to give kudos to Rafa for bringing it up, because without him shedding a light on it, and this is why Stacks Forum is important, so that people go and post things like this. He made a few really good points. No seed phrases. Use Face ID, Touch ID. Security backed by the device hardware and things like that. So I think it's just a really good proposal to add. But back in the February, still a little bit early, I don't know. And also, I think there needed to be some investigation from the core side to understand what are the things available that they can plug and play, so to speak. and there happened to be a one that they found, and therefore they realized after a bit of investigation that it was kind of easy ad, if you like, relative to everything else. So on the call, I said, okay, I'm gonna find out for you guys how many people are interested in this thing. So I basically like spoke to different people, gathered some feedback, went back to the group, went back to the call, say, hey, I think it's worth having if it doesn't delay a lot of time. And what we shouldn't do is also risk the DeFi liquidity, the assets on stacks, right? Because the 4 big features from Clarity 4 are to do with security. So we shouldn't like affect the security too much. But if let's say if we delayed by 3 months and it is 3 months of more time vulnerable.
Yeah, that's not a really an acceptable trade-off.
Yeah, exactly. So I think the amount of time needs to be taken into account, right?
Yeah. Right.
So,
absolutely.
but it happens that I think they can do it like pretty quickly, and I think we'll have a community vote up by mid-October, somewhere around then. Don't want to confirm a date, but I think we can get this out pretty quickly, even with this added, basically. So you can see Rafa not only commented on the forum, which kick off the conversation, and that leads to an added feature in this Clarity 4 proposal. This is the original thread of Clarity 4. It's all security-based features. But yeah, this managed to go added into the Clarity 4 very recently. Let's say here. When was that? Yeah, you can see it's here. 2 days ago. So 2 days ago, yeah, I just thought it was really urgent to get the builders together. Do you guys want it or not? Maybe nobody wants it, so why spend time using the co-developer doing this?
I like that you got your boots on the ground and like went after this and saw and put a gauge out there to see like what needs to be included in this round of updates for Clarity.
And I think that's what's sometimes needed, because
yes,
core developer are not going to know everything on the all the boots on the ground. So how do we help them understand? Hey, if you spend a bit of extra week or 2 or 3, it's worth the time.
You know, it's a really good way to get the word out there too is getting a post from the Stacks.org account. Maybe do a poll of some sort for builders and pin it up. That way we can get some even you, Hero, can't hit all of the developers that are developing this ecosystem. So, but you can hit all the ones like with it that are very, very active in the community and on the ground. So like you can be like the specialized guy that goes out and talks to the, devs personally, but also a wider, reaching, poll would be good. And even a repost from the Stacks handle to get the word and the message out there that, hey, we're getting to ship these updates coming soon to, our smart contract language. And we want to know what you guys want to see, So stuff like that would be really good to see.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, even a zip code can serve that purpose too. They can, speak to the builders directly. So yeah, there are various forms. I think Stacks handle is a good idea. So maybe Stacks developer handle even. But yeah, I think it's for me, when I analyzed it, it was a no-brainer to do basically, because it was kind of safe-ish to do. It was not going to take too long to do. And the impact that it has probably going to be pretty big once all the builders integrated. And I think most importantly, you got to understand it's not, we are, behind in terms of this smart contract functionality to other ecosystems. We are in a competitive market, with ETH or with other, not just ETH, but, everybody else. If they have smart contract wallet already really native and all this non-cipher stuff, we got to be up there too. And if 2026 we don't have it, it's kind of like we're still using C phrase, while Coinbase is already abstracting that away. So you can see how it puts us at disadvantage, I think. So I think if 2026 is all about onboarding, you have all these projects coming up, from the grounds, you can expect the user to come in 2026, right? Hopefully. So you kind of want to align the Stacks roadmap too, with this functionality. So I think many things.
Well, so for this to actually be adopted, does it have to dwell in the wallets, or does it maybe even make it so that there can be like the wallet can actually be accessible through the application per se?
So my understanding is the traditional non-custody wallet, so the one with C phrases, like Xverse and Ledger. My understanding is they're not gonna have that. It's not in their incentive to have this feature yet, I think, because they are trying to be the safest. And
Right. So all right. So that's a safety option, but this is something where you could actually just build a native
yes,
wallet app within your app, basically.
yeah. So the way I think Rocky was mentioning, like just explaining to me, is that it's not exactly like gonna compete with the existing wallet, but hopefully by onboarding more people, we can grow the pie and then have them, because this is like a hot wallet, if you like, compared to the traditional wallet. So you want to bring them in and then have them transition to seeds. I think that's let's say that kind of the path that we could take.
Right, but it actually is. There's usually new people coming in, onboarding. Their safety risk is less because they're not coming in with a high amount of money initially.
Yeah.
Well, I had a good conversation with Crypto Dude about this yesterday too, right? And I was asking him, hey, will these like smart wallets that are coming out be integrated, right? And all sorts of stuff. But it boiled down to is like we need to be educating the new users that are using these types of wallets that not a lot of funds are supposed to be kept in them. It'd be safer if you were going to use a hot wallet with keys, right? And that you control, not a centralized solution, but which is that's what it is, right? Like these passphrases and stuff like that. So I think that's important too in our onboarding process. That needs to, with this like specifically, like let people know that it's not the safest option, but it is the most convenient option.
Yeah, I think it's an extra option in our toolkit that we can deploy to really make it so actually, it's really difficult to get your grandma to write C's to onboard her, and it's such an uphill battle. But if you can have this function in a safe way, which it is because it's not saved on other devices, saved on yours. I think it's way more secure than if we didn't have this feature in Clarity, and then we have to rely on Privy and other third-party providers and trusting their code. So that's my understanding. I think there's if we don't have it, it's extra security. Let's call it risk or minor risk. I don't know how big it is, but I think it's better to have it. And actually, I'm gonna try and arrange a call with Bryce next Friday Friday SIPCO and get Rafa on. And I invited Rocky. I'll invite Crypto Dude as well. I think just a really good conversation to have to prepare the builders in Stacks, get ready to use this function. Because if the builders don't integrate it, they're not going to have it
too, since he's building a smart wallet, and it might be Dan.
Oh yeah, I think I actually that night, the night before we got it in, I also spoke to Dan, so I gathered all the information. But yeah, Dan was like half in, half out to make it short, because he thinks it's already possible, but I think it's not. I think he would just like want to position in the right, the most accurate framing. But I think he could use this feature. I think. So I think it will benefit a lot of people. I think you'll be one of the first to adopt it, in my opinion. But maybe don't quote me. Maybe Hattie knows more. But I think this one should make it way safer for their user. Yeah, because if you don't have it, you have to have a workaround. Essentially, that's not potentially just adding extra risk in the process somewhere. So, but yeah, anyway, next Friday we can talk a little bit more about this. We should have a really good call just to give us a bit of update on the Clarity 4 refresh. I would say next Friday, Clarity 4 refresher plus this feature, we should talk about it so that mid-October we can have a good vote, like community vote.
I like it.
Yeah, I do too. So I just pulled this up, right? So I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the interim grants, or I don't know if you would call this an interim grant or what it is classified as, but
it was submitted under the interim grants, but it is it's not quite in line with the general criteria for the interim grants.
So this is from Rosar at Lord Rosar here. Okay, so I submitted a 1 million grant application for Welsh to become Stacks' powerhouse user acquisition engine. Following the exact playbook Solana used with Bonk, that brought millions of users. Here's why this actually makes sense. Every major chain has this dog that onboards the masses, Doge with, crypto period, SHIB to Ethereum, Bonk to Solana. Welsh brings them to Stacks, no speculation. So Welsh did this once, Q4 2023. And then DCA. All right, so here's how this actually works. $550 worth of STX a day, DCA for 5 years. Creates predictable trading opportunity, attracts speculators. They discover Stacks ecosystem, converts users into stakeholders. Every Welsh holder becomes an organic Stacks evangelist because their bag depends on it. Okay. The innovation.
Doesn't their bag depend on it now anyway?
What is it?
Doesn't their bag depend on it now anyway?
Right, it does. They have a vested interest in wanting to see this happen. So, they hold the token already. The innovation zero foundation risk, funds burned directly to permanent liquidity, no custody, no discretionary control, fully verifiable on chain. The user acquisition, I don't know how much of this right here or where the metrics came from. 1,000 per user with massive churn, and then apparently this is 200 to 500 per user with this plan, this 5-year retention plan. 20,000 plus Welsh holders already promoting Stacks organically. Want to signal your support? Here's where you can go. So I'll grab this.
So just a couple of those numbers, especially in the user acquisition costs, and I don't know what's accurate or not for the industry, for Stacks in general. $1,000 per user acquisition sounds obscenely out of whack. $200 to $500 sounds actually like way off. If that's what we were spending and we had a budget for specifically for user acquisition and we were spending $200 to $500 to get users, I would suggest that you could spend $50, literally give every new user $50 worth of Stacks, and you'd grow super fast if you were actually going to put that kind of a budget out there. I think $200 to $500 is not even anywhere near in the ballpark of actual numbers that's being spent on onboarding per user. And if it is, then we need to do a lot better job than that. By the way, I love Rosar. I commend him for coming up with the plan and the proposal. I think it's always worth submitting something like this. But I do think that it's too much. The funding and the plan is way beyond, like, they're not going to commit to a 5-year plan on something that's brand new and not even tried yet. So there's no way that they're going to fund something for 5 years
But I read somewhere like there is a zero spend. I don't know. Is that true somewhere?
It goes into permanent liquidity.
So it's a zero risk or something. I saw some wording around there's no risk to.
Well, and
Could someone explain that part?
I don't think it's zero. I don't think it's zero risk. That doesn't sound correct to me, because once it's in a liquidity pool, the pools still have dynamics, back and forth spending and buying. So it'll still all be dependent on Stack's price, Welsh price, and how is it actually onboarding anybody. And is really kind of like, it's just to make it more attractive by showing the amount of liquidity. I can't see.
So I'm just reading from the text. Foundation maintains zero ongoing obligation, zero custody risk, and zero dependency on market condition for ground impact delivery. So I don't know exactly how that is on how to deliver that, but I just remember, I'm not saying I'm for it or against it. I'm just trying to fact find what is it, because I don't think it's about spending that money. I don't think it's proposing that $1 million to be spent. My understanding is nothing needs to be spent, and then that somehow able to generate money.
Yeah, I feel like there are some. I mean, it's a clever idea. I get it. And you're it's a different type of, like, this doesn't really fit into the vision of what's supposed to be doing with, or what we're supposed to be doing with SIP 31. There's a lot of other meme communities out there as well, so I think that's kind of goes along the lines of what Mitchell was kind of saying back to Rosar here. Let's see if I can find Mitchell's. Okay, so here we go. Hey, the proposed budget is well outside the realm of possibility for this interim grant program, but I'd encourage you to stay tuned for the larger Stacks Endowment Grant program expected later this year. This program is derived from the Stacks Foundation Fund, so it's inherently more limited. The good news is I think that you have all the information you likely need to pursue that with them when the opportunities become available. In full transparency, this proposal is also tricky on a couple other levels. Let's see, fairness to other projects. So I expect that to anger a lot of communities, etc.
Well, honestly, I don't have a problem with it, but why Welsh? Why just Welsh? Maybe there's a meme coin. Like, there's a number of factors here why this is unlikely to get funded on how it's ultimately proposed.
They should make a meme coin ETF.
That's a great. I was having some conversations with Mr. Wagme yesterday, and I actually typed out a long extended post about that exactly. Like, maybe they just create a Stacks meme 20, and it's the top 20 ETF, and they fund liquidity pools around that if they want to, and then you're funding liquidity pools for the ecosystem and not just one project. And I don't have I love Welsh. I love the Welsh community. I'm not anti anybody, but I would have liked to have seen this more directed at a funding proposal for liquidity for Charisma, or a new DEX, like a DEX along those lines that's trading and engaging with meme.
Now, I'm surprised not to see Charisma. Like, it is mentioned in this proposal a little bit, but just briefly. So I would love just to see Charisma get an application in there, period, just for what he's building with all the things associated with that. So that's what I would have liked to see.
Yeah, but I do think that the fairness issue is an issue, right? Because there's a number of worthy candidates. Wrap Nothing, RuCoin, Leo Coin, Bitcoin Pepe, like there's tons of them. Flat Earth, like that are that have been around for a while, are producing things, are contributing to the ecosystem, including Welsh. So like I wouldn't rule Welsh out from something like this, but I think that it's too focused for what is in the ecosystem. There is a compliance issue too, where it's really hard for the foundation or the endowment or any kind of established corporate entity to really touch meme coins in this kind of a way. It becomes very risky for the company.
No, I think there are a couple of ways to look at this, and I'll argue for both sides. It sounds as if the evidence being provided there is that the Solana has managed to back Bonk. So if every ecosystem think like what you just said, let's not pick and choose which meme coin. Let's just support everything. You wouldn't have seen certain ecosystem just backing certain ones.
We got Rosar in the house.
Oh, there you go.
We do. Beautiful. What's up, dude?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're coming loud and clear. Welcome.
All right, great.
Good to have you.
Because this is great because you can speak to some of the things that we're actually we don't know.
Sure.
Specifics on this. So actually, Hero, why don't you continue? I'm sorry, I get distracted by Rosar.
No, that's okay. I think it's just like two sides that you could both argue because, if it's not possible, why would some foundations back certain meme coins? Why wouldn't they just take the approach of doing back every index? So it is possible to do. I think there is some pre-precedence of this being done. But just how to go about it legally, we don't know. But others have managed to do it. Either they took the risk, or they consulted with some legal to make sure, okay, there is risk, but they're willing to take it on. So I wouldn't say it's, I think it's possible. But
I wouldn't say it's impossible, but I think that there's a lot that needs to be hashed out for it to be reasonably considerable.
And then the other lens, I do agree with you. Like why should we pick this one? But my argument would be, I know, like okay, Rue will feel left out, like that's kind of weird. But maybe
hang on. There's a lot of different topics being discussed, but there's only really two worth discussing first. And is this feasible? Like, is it possible legally? Whatever, that whole conversation. And then, is it actually worth doing? Like, is it a valuable? Is it going to make a change in marketing and getting more people on stacks? I think those are the only two. Like, we can talk about tokens and, all the details later. And but I think we should all be on the same page on if it's worth doing and if it's possible to do. Right?
Yes, absolutely. Right. Those are the most important questions. Because if we can't answer both of those in the affirmative, then the rest of it's all just hypothetical anyway.
Yeah. So here we go. Did you want to share your screen, Rosa, or you want me to pull your original post back up so we can kind of walk through it?
You can share and just scroll around. I'm just on my phone.
Okay. All right.
If I may just before we go into all the deep weeds, I just want to make sure is any other SIP topic that you want to bring up, Peace and Hattie?
One
people
thing,
get ready to vote. That's
what I was going to say. Vote for Clarity 4 is probably coming up soon.
It's coming up soon. I would say October, mid-October or mid to late October. And we'll have around 2 weeks because it's a really non-controversial one. There's no point voting for like a month and just wait on it. I think we need to, for many reasons, we want to get it activated really soon. So I think, we're targeting around mid-October, vote for 2 weeks. We should get all the votes done by the end of the October-ish. So that's what we're looking at. And then they can activate it in November. So this feature, everything, all the security stuff, Clarity 4, all this web authentic stuff, they should be available for the builders to use to integrate.
Is there anything else in this SIP that has not been discussed on the show that is going to be included in Clarity?
We'll discuss next Friday, so it's not a problem. So I guess
price here. Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Anything else other than Clarity 4 on people's mind? If not, we can call it, and then move to Rosar.
Solid. I think just get ready to vote, guys, because
So I guess like just logistic. Well, obviously you guys will be helping us spreading the word about the vote. But yeah, that's all. I think it's a pretty non-controversial one, and it will benefit everybody. So
right, but it is consensus breaking, so it requires a
It
vote. So we need, like, even though it's not polarizing, guys, we need you to vote. So
We need people to vote, whether it's controversial or not, because it shows engagement and growth in the ecosystem as well. So if you're in Stacks and you're for Stacks and you want to build Stacks and grow Stacks, you need to participate in these votes. It's important, whether you think it's going to pass or not.
yeah, we can do like zero authority bounties like we've done before. We can get the Stacks AI Guild to make some videos, to get a voting engagement.
Let's go.
So anything we can think of to get people engaged and get more votes, that would be great.
Think about it this way too. Like, even if you're using just Stacks as money, whatever, that's your money. Don't you want to know what's going on, like with how your money is working, right? Like,
Right.
come
Well,
on,
if you
like,
do, like,
whatever you use the ecosystem.
this is a more impactful voting process, because when you show up, you're sending signal. It's not just about whether it passes or not. It's different. Just showing up to vote is actually important.
Yeah.
POX is also going to be coming up soon, or has that been kind of?
That's later. So yeah, that's not going to be now.
On the same call, like, just to kind of touch base on SIP innovation, I consider D grants obviously to be a huge part of that. We have right now 46 applications in, plus 4 in the creator as well, for additional in the creator track. There's more than just 4, because some of them came in the regular application process, but for the creator track. But I think so. We're actually like just over 50, with about 5 days left to get applications in. So if you are interested in D grants, you're thinking about submitting, there is a short amount of time, and we will actually be having conversations with people all weekend. I have a bunch of people that are asking for, just guidance on getting the application in. I'm sure Hattie's got a bunch of, like, 1 million people in his DM with all the applicants in his. Actually, Hattie, you have anything to touch on D grants before we? Oh, did Rosar drop off?
I'm still here.
He's still here. We just couldn't see you on the. I couldn't see you on the.
Yeah, I thought the same thing actually.
Hattie, anything else on SIP before we get into Rosar's proposal?
No, I think the only thing with SIP is with regards to Bitcoin addresses, there's still ongoing conversations with the wallets. Obviously, there's lots of things happening in the ecosystem, of which the endowment is one of them. So there's a lot of back and forth in the background as far as that's concerned. As far as Boom Wallet and Stacks Pay, that's obviously still sitting, and I've got conversation with Resh hopefully later. If he's a bit ill at the moment, so we're hoping to have some time on that. And then D grants is literally thank you everyone, thank you to the community for the support. Great turnout yesterday and on the other calls this week. As you said, we've got a lot of submissions at the moment. We do want a lot more, but there's some great projects already in those submissions. We've got some very interesting new projects coming our way, so really excited.
Awesome. Yeah, there's so much energy and activity around this. Lots of great conversations happening. Hattie, you must be inundated with.
Yes, dude. Hattie's doing a lot right now.
Yeah, I've got 17, but I think there's two. I think there are 2 duplications. I'll take those out. So 15 out of them, and I think there are a few more in there that I haven't pulled out into my copy.
Get it, Hattie.
I've got a lot of choices to make, but I've got amazing mentors in Jack and Joe. So I'm extremely lucky that I have them there, and obviously all the rest of the stewards like Peace. So Benaya, we've obviously got the Big Mac and Mel. So, and then we've got Eliana as well to help us. So we've got a really strong team. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's been great. Actually, it's been super fast, but lots of engagement, lots of activity. Another successful so far. We're not even done with the application process yet. I think we've gotten a lot of engagement and energy in the lead up to closing out applications. So super excited about that. Was there anything else, Hero, that we wanted to touch on before?
No, it's okay. We can, let Rosa explain his.
All right.
Let's get into it. You're making it sound like this is gonna be like a 2-hour conversation, man.
No. I just want Hero.
I was really getting in the shower before I hopped in because I thought it was gonna be fast.
No, that's cool, man. All right, so feasibility and legality, like, or is it worth doing, and is it possible to do? Go.
Okay, I feel all I gotta say on is it possible to do is like I feel like it has to be possible to do. Like other chains do it. So Stacks has a really bad track record with knowing what they should be doing when it comes to legal stuff because they've made very bad decisions about it in the past. Like they spent all their money on legal fees before. So I don't know if they're necessarily the best subject to ask about that stuff. They're cautious. That's great and all, but it hasn't paid off yet. So that being said, I'm gonna move on to the next topic, which is it worth doing? I think it is worth doing because if you think about it, it really doesn't cost anything. Like the stacks that was made for this was minted. It was diluted. It diluted everyone else's stacks. So if we are combining it with liquidity and burning it, it's effectively nullifying. It's going back, to being not minted. And this is the only SIP grant that I have seen so far that doesn't actually include sending stacks to Coinbase and selling it and pushing down the price.
So it's locking up in a pool, is what you're saying.
Yeah. Can you explain how that function works? So there's a multi-sig for the pool, right? They distribute the funds to
No, it's not a multi-sig. There's no access to the pool. It's like a trustless pool.
So it's almost as if someone creates a coin and say, okay, 20% goes to allocation for liquidity pool, and that person sends a 20%.
Exactly.
That 20% gets burned, and somehow is it burned, or how does it work then?
Yeah, it's gonna get. I mean, we'll just have a contract that's like adds liquidity and then sends it to like Can't Be Evil or something.
Right. Okay. And it will just be there to be used as for trading because that adds liquidity and people will get better slippages and stuff.
That's not the point though. Like that's almost not even worth talking about. Like the whole point of it is that there is a dollar cost average buy happening over a long time period. And what this tells traders and investors is that they can get in early now. They can invest here and do that. Like in crypto, it's very hard to have anything be a sure thing. Like months, a month goes by and prices shoot up like 2x and then they crash 90%. It's like there's no real security in crypto. So if we can give people a guarantee of for 5 years, there's going to be positive price pressure on this, regardless of what people do, that's a very, very comforting thing for investors. And if you know that you can get in early before this like 5-year dollar cost averaging starts, there's good chances that if you want to exit in the future, you're not going to be underwater. Like almost all the time it is.
Who is doing the DCA then?
The foundation.
Wait. So they are burning $1 million to go into liquidity, and what you're saying there's extra money to go into buying?
No. Like there's $1 million USD in stacks. They take that and put it into 2 piles.
2 piles.
2 piles. One of the piles is used to dollar cost average into Welsh every day. And every day that it does a dollar cost average, and then it doesn't add liquidity, and then it burns it.
Before, can we go back to how I think I need to understand how the money's getting in there and how it's in 2 different buckets and how it's burned, but it also is providing liquidity. Because how can it be burned and then also provide liquidity? Like I'm not quite understanding the mechanism here.
I mean, that's how all like when you go to Alex or any DEX, like you have the option to burn the initial liquidity. So this is more technical about how liquidity pools work. But the way it works is there's a contract, you send in the 2 tokens that you want to swap there, and then you get back an LP token. And that LP token is like a receipt. You can redeem the receipt and get the initial tokens you put in.
The LP is burned. The LP token is burned, so it can't be pulled
Yeah.
out of liquidity.
It's like cutting up your receipt after you go to the store, and now you can't get can't return
You can't get refunds.
You can't get a refund anymore.
Right. So the tokens aren't burned, but the access to the tokens are burned. So they're permanently in the liquidity pool.
Yeah. So, and that's why I say this is trustless, because like the grant doesn't even need to leave the foundations wherever multi-sig they're keeping it. From there, they can directly do this process. They can do the swap, liquidity, and burn. And I don't like these funds are never going to leave the foundation. And with a simple liquidity pool contract, no one needs to be able to. There's like no admin access. There's no backdoors. No one can get it out. Like the liquidity pool token is the only way. And once it's burned, it's done.
So the trust assumption is that person gotta burn it, that LP token.
Yeah,
because
like the foundation
you can look it up, and if that person doesn't burn the LP,
yeah.
Right?
So basically, what they would do is they just set up like a cron job or something that would run every day, and it would just do a contract call, swap, add LP, send to Can't Be Evil, and it just runs once a day, and that's all it needs to happen.
All right, so they're putting liquidity in stacks, but they're also so half of this money is going in to be a liquidity as stacks, the stack side of the pair, and then the other half is going to accumulate Welsh. That will also be part of the Welsh side of the pair. Is that?
Yeah. So over time, let's think of it this way: like Foundation has their multi-sig where they keep all their money. They move like for year one, they move like $200,000 in stacks into like a separate wallet, and then that wallet does this DCA every day. It splits, it takes like 1 day of Welsh, 1 day of stacks, creates LP, puts it into the contract, and every day it just does that. So every day there'll be positive price pressure on Welsh, there'll be more trading availability, and if this is properly announced, marketed, and like publicized, it's going to draw attention, and people are going to be like, well, I want to get in before this DCA happens, and then other people are like, well, I want to get in before that guy gets in, and it's going to cause
the Welsh
like a FOMO.
The Welsh that they're purchasing will be stacks sold on the market to purchase Welsh. So there will be some downward pressure on stacks.
Well, I mean, there will be. So what will happen is they will do like they could do a swap in Charisma, any for stacks to Welsh. So the Welsh price will go up, stacks price will go down marginally, and then like that stacks price would be like very quickly arbitraged amongst dexes, and with the fees and like the size difference between stacks and Welsh, like I don't think it would really impact the stacks price at all. Like a lot of them funds would just get trapped in like fees in the ecosystem, and I don't think you'd really see a price change. Like think about this, it's like 500K over 5 years versus like the salaries of everyone at Stacks. It's like nothing. Like you realize that like everyone at Hero, everyone at Trust Machines, they're all getting paid in Stacks every 2 weeks, and they're liquidating all of it. So compare that to this.
Sure. I mean, I'm not. That's not. I mean, I'm not.
So let's.
I'm absolutely in favor of streamlining costs and not spending too much money in any respect as far as that goes. And I understand what you're saying. I'm just trying to understand the mechanism here and what again, this is just to kind of test the viability and then the value add, right? So I think I understand the function and the mechanism, and it's bootstrapping liquidity. The liquidity is the liquidity. The pool tokens are burned, so there's no more access. It's permanent liquidity for the pools. Plus, you're generating daily purchase pressure for Welsh. You are spending some stacks in that process, but you're spending daily purchase pressure from Welsh, depositing that more in the pools, so you get this predictable
flywheel,
predictable price pressure, which then can attract certain investors and or participants because there's something for them to, because it allays some risk in the process it gets some eyeballs, and that's essentially the idea.
Yeah.
It's interesting, man. I'm not trying to. A lot of this is just devil's advocate because
No, I get it. And like when you made the point about CAC, you're probably right. Like I'm not a statistician. I don't necessarily know how to calculate the CAC. I found some estimates online, but like it's really not like the money's not being spent per se. Like they could do another vote and issue more and do this for more meme coins. I just pick Welsh because like Welsh is my I support Welsh. I'm trying to do what I can for it. It's done this in the past. People outside the ecosystem know it, even if they don't really know stacks. Just seemed like a good place to start. But there's no reason we can't do this for other tokens. Like the treasury is massive. Like 1 million is a drop in the bucket. Like other memes can do this and try new experiments with different like promotional campaigns and strategies. Like there's no reason we can't all do it. It's not like only Welsh can do this. Like we can just make another grant,
Sure. And it might be it might be something that maybe is more palatable up front on a smaller scale.
I was thinking we should go 10 million then. Like 1 million is so small. Like 500K for 5 years. Like that's like one salary of someone at Trust Machines for 1 year. And this is not even being liquidated. Like
but by the way, that has merit to me. Like we were talking about that for trying to fund D grants and a proposal for long-term D grants funding, or the creation of a community node where we got the money funded to stack for the node, a signer node, a community-run signer node, and the value that would give to the community. And that it would just be the locked, where if we just were able to get the yield off of it to fund the projects.
I like it. I think it's, because it requires more long-term thinking. You can't just spend it all right away. You have to sit on it and wait and make plans and make budget.
Yes, I agree. Because imagine that everything is unlocked. Man, I don't know how, at the pace of the burn rate in general, I think this 500, I don't know how long this could last based on the current market condition. We are not exactly at $3 yet. And now we are closer to 0.5, which is one of the projections. And we are not at 1, right? There's another projection for 1. So yeah, we gotta be wise with how we spend or not spend stuff.
Right.
Sure,
and I think that also makes it hard, like what to Hiro's point, it's going to be hard for them to agree to a 5-year plan on a project like this that is novel and new and unproven as to exactly the effects it'll have.
I don't know if it's unproven, because this has happened before. Like Welsh did this 2 years ago. It drew in a ton of retail investors. I mean, when it was first created, it created a lot of retail investors. That's like around the time I joined.
So what about in other ecosystem? Have they done something similar that has proven to work?
Yeah, like the Bonk airdrop on the Solana phone. We all know about that. Like,
and where did that come from? Did that come from their foundation, or did that come from?
I mean, it did. They obviously had a major hand in it. Like they put it on the official phone. Like, I mean, even if like someone outside, may have had the idea initially or created it, like it's pretty obvious they support it. They have like inflatables at their conferences of Bonk. Like they put in their ads. Like, maybe not like on TV or anything that's like super strict regulated wise, but like certainly in in-person conferences you see a lot of Bonk. It just feels silly to not figure out where you can make progress on this. Like I don't know, like
so I'm not really familiar with like the Bonk launch and the airdrop, but do I understand correctly?
Break that down a little bit. Yeah. Like,
my understanding is based on what Rosar just said, it had to do with the launch of the Solana phone. Was it like specifically a promotional part of
that? On the phone, you got an airdrop of Bonk. Like if you got the phone whenever it's launched, right?
Yeah, I mean that was like the highest value token on. Like there was other airdrop tokens that were valuable, but they were probably valuable because people were coming to the chain because of Bonk, and then creating new tokens, and people were investing in them. Like it was just bullish, virtuous cycle, you know. And we need catalysts of our own to start those cycles, because right now there's no one coming here. And I'm sorry, but like it's going to take more than a few indie apps and some infrastructure upgrades to like start that chain reaction.
I don't disagree with you. We need a lot more engaging, fun experiences, and so that's actually why I guess I was hoping to see you make a proposal regarding getting liquidity for Charisma. Because
I mean, I would love that, but here's the thing. Like, I've worked on Charisma for 2 years now, and it's not bringing any new people outside of crypto into Stacks. It's not bringing people from other chains. Like, it's really good tooling, but it's just not solving the core problem SIP31 is for, which is to get new people on the chain, not make the chain better.
Well, I think the thing is, though, with what you were doing with Charisma, there was a lot of activity on Charisma. There was a lot of engagement opportunities.
You got up
it
there
was
with
very value. It provided a lot of valuable opportunities for a number of the smaller communities built around tokens, and so it created a lot of engagement opportunity for the ecosystem. In what I experienced, and I think that's the kind of stuff that. One of the things that'll bring new users is that the users that are here, when they're having fun and engaging experiences and they're not getting frustrated with what's going on in the ecosystem, but they're having good time, they're actually going to sell the ecosystem for us, bringing in their friends to come and engage with these experiences.
I mean, like, I was in the trenches doing this, like, building, and, like, just felt like the more I worked, it had no impact on like users in the ecosystem. Like it just felt like people will just respond to price movement, and like the lower the price is, the quieter the ecosystem is. The higher the price, the louder the ecosystem is, and the more activity. Unfortunately, it's really that simple.
That's not entirely untrue, but that's partly because of the lack of things to do in the ecosystem besides engaging in DeFi. And DeFi is already hard enough to like really be that attentive to. It's not really a lot of time and
I understand. It's like I built like really, really impressive stuff that I was very proud of. Like
awesome stuff, man.
Like
and
Blaze and being able to like delay transactions. You know, like I could get into it, but this isn't about that. Like the point is, like, people just want one thing. They want to speculate on a meme coin and they want to make money, and we need to offer that.
So in my estimation, I think this, if we're able to make that onboarding experience like without seeds, like, you know, shouldn't we have more of that onboarding because it actually bridges to the Web2? Because currently, like even to go to Blaze, you need to create a wallet, you need to get your money in. I think if we make the first part of that as seamless and as easy as Web2-like as possible, I think that should help get them onboarded, and then they can do more stuff. Which is why I really think this WebAll thing could trigger onboard.
Yeah, I agree absolutely. I think that's going to be it has to get integrated and used and road mapped out how it's actually going to work.
Are you aware of this proposal being added into Clarity 4, Rosa? This new one?
What is it?
It's web authentication stuff. It's SecP. What is it?
I forget.
You want to bring that up? It's SecP 256. It's basically a web authentication stuff. It's you're able to use support. Clarity 4 supports native passkey.
Okay.
So you can build stuff that you can onboard people without seeds, and then you'll be really secure.
Nice. Oh yeah, I used SCCP 256 for private key extraction in Blaze.
Yeah. So you can make that first and really safe. And it's not stored on
Check it out.
Privy. It's actually stored on your device. So now you can sign in with, you can add credit card functions. You can have touch ID, face ID, whatever. So it's like much more like a Web2 experience before you send your fund to X first.
So do you think that the barrier to getting onboarding to Blaze apps and Charisma and whatnot might actually be at least some of the friction is reduction might help grow users that way?
I mean, maybe, but it's certainly not the biggest thing. It's not the bottleneck. It's not the most.
So
important thing.
here's another concern, right? If we're encouraging people to come here just to speculate on meme coins, and they're just here for basically hype at that point, they're not really here to engage in anything else, so they're not gonna it's not gonna be as sticky.
Yeah,
dude, let me tell you, I came here when I found about Stacks could do NFTs, and I'll be honest, I wasn't very I just wanted to make some NFTs and sell them. Like, I just wanted to flip some NFTs. I thought it was gonna be an easy thing to do. And look, I got fucking played. I came here and built a whole DeFi infrastructure. I'm proposing grams.
Gotcha.
Like, just that. Things just don't work out the way you think they're going to. All right.
No, you're right. You're right, man. And I'm not trying to. I'm trying to look at this from a perspective that the endowment might look at it. Right. I'm just trying to look at it from
I think they're not always right. Like,
they're not always right, but they're in control.
This is why I was so frustrated with.
Go ahead, Rizar.
Like, it's the same thinking. It's the same thinking that got us here. We can't get out of this problem if we're going to use the same ways of thinking that got us here. Like, that is literally a quote from a book I've been reading recently. I think that's an Einstein quote, actually. But yeah, like, we just need to do things differently, or look at things
outside of the box. Yes, I get
this
it.
isn't even outside the box. This is just the truth that they're unwilling to accept.
No, it's outside of their box.
It is outside their box. That's fair.
Okay, yeah.
It's inside our box.
Yes, I mean, I came here for, like, the first thing I did was NFTs too, right? I did NFTs here. I became an artist on Stacks, and then got to know the community, and the great people building here. And like, I eventually did end up doing like DeFi stuff and getting to see everything that the chain has to offer, right? And then I'm still exploring, building here. With Crypto Dude, I'm learning how to do like some GameFi stuff and learning how to make assets in 3D. Yes, I ended up getting immersed into the ecosystem after degen activities like NFTs, and then I went straight to meme coins after NFTs. Worked with every meme coin community that there is in this ecosystem almost. So I was just talking to George this morning, and he was like, "Hey, remember those NFTs?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, that was so long ago, it was a year ago." But yes,
yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things. It's like the deeper you go into an ecosystem, the stickier it is. Like, the more you learn about it, it becomes like an intellectual cost of leaving. Like, you've invested a lot of time and energy to learn this stuff. You've also, if you're into meme coins or into NFTs, you've invested a lot of time and energy in this ecosystem. And if they're not at like peak price, it becomes like a reason to stay. Like, for me, it's like twofold, because not only is my money in my platform, like, I built this platform, like I literally can't extract myself from this ecosystem because my money is all in the like Charisma infrastructure. Like, I can't rug pull it. So like I literally can't leave. Also, like, I literally can't sell my wealth because I said I never would, and that's just how I am. So like I'm just stuck here.
Word is bond.
So I have no choice but to find the best path forward.
Yes, forward, right? Like, you're ingrained in. You're not stuck. You're just part of.
I mean, you could frame it however you want, but that's the reality.
Okay. Yes.
So I'm not taking I'm a lot of this is just devil's advocate stuff. I don't know. I'm still on the fence as to whether it's actually something that they will realistically consider. I love the idea.
Why are we even thinking about it this way? Like, I thought it was a treasury community of like a balanced team. Like, why is it not search them still? Like, fucking hell, man.
Well, they still have a specific.
The whole point of this.
They still have a specific. Look, you still gotta have. So if I were on the seat, I'm not 100% sold yet. Is what I'm saying. I'm not saying I couldn't be sold. I think I need to chew on it a little more. Maybe it needs to be revised a little bit. See what kind of feedback you're getting from the decision makers. Maybe we need to actually. Maybe you should actually start reaching out to the people on the TC. Start with Jack, and get him on a conversation about it. Get his input. What does he think? I'm sure Jack loves a lot of it.
I'm more of a talk to the community first and get their input before I just go right for the central authorities and try and.
Well, I get that too. I get that. For sure. This is the initial push into the ecosystem. Is what we need to take it.
Yeah, that's what's happening now.
Okay. All right. So initial push started. Pay attention. I think it's interesting. I thought.
What's the feedback so far? Then, what's their latest conversation?
Yeah, you want to pull it here? I can pull up the.
Is it a questioning stage or is it like a no thanks?
No, it's a wait for the what I got from it is wait for the main endowment.
Yeah.
And then also here's my 2 takes for
right. It's way too broad.
It's just very different from the interim grants.
They don't have the funding for this.
It's a different thing entirely.
People think it's.
I mean, we almost don't have a program for this. That's it.
Yet, right? Yet.
It's not a typical grants thing. I think it's like a liquidity thing plus a bit of innovation of DCA by the sound of it. Because typically there are like just liquidity injections, but not plus DCA. So this is like a new thing.
This is very interesting. Very
interesting.
So
for sure.
People should be thinking about it. Like, what does this mean? What did it do for other ecosystems, right? Like whenever they got behind something like this, an asset from within this ecosystem. We saw CZ talking about meme coins on a space the other day on the weekend, which is crazy. So I don't know. Like I do agree that people like to speculate, right? And it could be something. There's something here, even if it leads to something different along the same lines. So
I want Fear Launch actually in the comments. Lots of comments, by the way. And guys, I apologize for dropping them in. We just had a lot of conversation going on. I didn't want to derail, but this is actually a relevant point. The price of meme coins are down because their bid side is STX. Their ratios to STX are not really down technically. So,
guys, I gotta drop. Thank you though. I'll be around.
Yeah,
right,
Rosar.
We'll come back more and talk
we'll
about
talk
this.
more about this. Yeah, we will definitely
Cheers,
talk.
Rosar. Thanks.
But that's a great point. Is that Stacks is down, and to Hero's point, we're hoping Stacks price will go up. So $1 million ask for a 5-year projected project is also going to be tough. It might be a shorter segment and try it, even though I know it's proven it's not. It's what's being asked for is pretty novel to a large degree, but I do think it's an interesting concept for sure. And I definitely would like to see more conversation about it and thoughts around it. I'd like to see it be more inclusive than just one meme coin. Maybe it starts out with one, but I think if it's going to be engaged with it needs to be more broadly applied.
Let's imagine the world where DeGrants actually has 10 million. Okay, so DeGrants even if we operate as a decentralized community as much as DeGrants, right? Let's say lots of people involved, lots of people converse about what's needed, what's not. Would we, as a group of decentralized community handling a 10 million pot, would want to spend 1 million? Would be my question, because the money is not an issue. It's whether this is a good allocation of the fund. If we debated on that merit, like on merit, because 1 million right now is a lot, but if we actually had enough money, would we want this? I think, over other proposals going on. So I think that could be an interesting sort of thought process.
Right. And that's the thing. The opportunity cost is also a consideration. What is that million STX or $1 million not being able to fund by funding this? And what's the comparable return? And it's hard to measure that forward looking. I mean, it's tough. But if there were an unlimited budget, hell yeah, I'd try this. I don't think it would have a huge risk. Obviously, I think that there's more upside than risk. I don't know if there's enough to justify the opportunity cost. And yes, it's 1 million in STX.
It's more STX than 1 million right now.
It's more than 1 million STX. It's $1 million worth of STX. Is what the proposal is. But it's not being spent. But it is being. It's being locked up. There is some downward price pressure on. I mean, there's a lot of things to consider. That's the thing. It's like not an easy answer on something this broad of a proposal, and I think it needs to be tightened up in some ways. I'm sure that there'll be a lot of pushback from.
Like if I were a dictator, right? Which sometimes I try to think, what would I do? What's the final decision?
Tell them to do it.
I would say, if I had 10 million opportunity costs, right, I can allocate. I would say, okay, it's a fantastic idea, never been proven. Let's try it, but with small money. Let's say, give you 50K out of 10 million, give it a try, maybe. And once you got more data, then come back to us and, okay, it's worth doing it. Let's go bigger. Maybe the next stage is like 500,000.
I see that as more. I see that as way more realistic myself.
Rather than just lump 1 million.
Yeah.
So do you guys know what CTSN stands for? Changing the stacks narrative.
Yeah.
Right. So big shout out to the CTSN crew, and I love that acronym. We do need to change the stacks narrative. I think that we have a lot of awesome things and innovations in this ecosystem that are not DeFi. We have a very, very cool group of builders in and out of core. So could do some really cool stuff. I want to see more stuff outside of the box.
Yeah, of course. And that's what I mean. We definitely want to encourage stuff outside of the box.
Yes.
Proposing these types of things is always encouraged. I commend Rosar for a lot of the things he's doing.
Sure.
I don't want to take my criticism to be a negative. I don't think. I would love to see that something.
If people don't come up with proposal, right, then we got no fucking ideas in the ecosystem.
Right.
So it's better that people come up with ideas, and then we can hash them out. Maybe we can even help Rosar to make some tweaks in there that actually make it a little bit more practical. I don't know, but it's better to have ideas than not idea, and better to have conversations than just like dissing it.
Yes, of course, and I'm actually super glad he joined in, because it was
me too
a way more productive conversation than.
And actually, this is an interesting case, because you can say DeGrants or Interim probably could do with some conversational stuff, about the proposal, about the pitch, when the value is of X amount, because you can't do that for every 10K proposal, but maybe certain thing is worth bringing onto the organized to be discussed, so that people can understand the proposal. You make it maybe a more complex proposal that it's more difficult to understand on paper.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. I think that having these conversations is tremendously valuable.
Yeah, we've proven that it's valuable in X spaces, right, for networking. And now, on the organized show, live show is also another opportunity of touch point where the ground applicants maybe can meet the reviewer here, and then we can hash it out.
Yeah.
Just an idea for you guys.
No, I love the idea, actually. I definitely think that's a great idea, because it puts the process more out in the open. There's evergreen content because it's on the video. So there's opportunity for more further distribution opportunities out of that content, and it's engaging and valuable content.
So, for example, maybe this is an idea for you guys, specific for Hattie. Actually, you two are on the. I got all of you are on the Stewart show. How are you guys gonna discuss? What are you just gonna discuss in private about the selection, or what is it? I mean, if I saw your discussion on the organized show, I would be happy because I understand it will be transparent. You will be putting out each person's reasoning behind. Okay, this project or the other project, the opportunity cost, this person's experience, the milestones, etc. If I were applying a Stacks AI Guild, I understand why you selected me or why you didn't, because a lot of the problem stems from people not knowing why they didn't get selected. And that's why we add the transparency part of scoring. And that's just one method of delivery, just a vehicle to the end goal of being transparent. So if whatever way, when you guys as stewards get together, have a method of transparency, scoring or discussions, it would be quite nice to, to hear from you guys directly.
Personally happy to host, and or I think it should be a public process. I know that the plan is to start doing the weekly all team spaces and or whatever streaming we can definitely do too, if that's what the group decides. But I do think that having some of that decision-making process and conversations in public is, I would be in 100% in support of that. I think that is the plan. I don't think we're looking at doing this with just stewards and mentors behind the scenes. I think it makes everyone feel better about it in front. So, I know we're way past time now. We started 15 minutes early. It's about 6 past our regular hour time slot. Anything else we need to touch on before we wrap up, Hero?
No, just get your wallets ready for the vote. Whether you have STX locked or not locked, they will all be counted like before. So all you do is log in and cast a vote. It should be a pretty simple process. We're going to try a slightly different platform, hopefully. Or maybe not. We're still in discussion how we can get it ready for the 15th of or mid-October.
Is it the same website?
Not sure yet. Cannot confirm that. But it should be a simple process as before.
All right. So because I was about to shout out the web address, but that might not be the same one.
Yeah, maybe not.
It's super easy to remember. I hope they actually keep that for the
Yes.
vote. And, all right. So I won't shout it out then because I don't want to misdirect people. Be on the lookout for the vote. We'll have lots of opportunities to direct people in the right direction for that anyway. Any last words? Anybody else? GP, you got anything else for us?
Yeah, happy Friday, guys. Keep the frequency high. I hope that love surrounds you all. Keep chipping away. Eventually, you will break through. If you're ever feeling like you have things pushing back on you, it is the universe's way to tell you to go harder. Yes, you're that much closer to the breakthrough. Keep going, guys. Have a high frequency weekend. We'll do it all again next week.
Right on, right on. Thank you guys all for joining today. Great conversation. I'm super excited about where we are in the ecosystem. All sorts of stuff coming. So just don't capitulate, as Rubes was saying a couple weeks ago, and boy, was he right.
Yeah.
We held through. It's October. Have a great first weekend of October. Lots of green candles to come. You guys all have a blessed weekend, and we'll see you soon. I am Peace Love Music. We are DeOrganized Media, coming at you live on Bitcoin Live's decentralized broadcasting every Monday through Friday. Thank you all for tuning in. Have a great day. Don't forget the D-Grants call at 2 p.m. ET for the DeFi and tooling track. Talk to you soon. Peace out.
Peace.